Welcome back to the Souls and Swords, Session 13, The Deceiver's Gift. Last time, we'll discuss that in a bit. More importantly, let's have a flashback. As something important happened last session, and it's relative to the story as a whole. Some 500 years ago, three individuals are walking down from a high, rocky, craggy place, high up in some deep, dark underbelly, some deep, dark underground place. One is a furbolg holding a twisted wooden staff, wearing a yellow tabard, looking just slightly haggard. Another, a female woman, a human woman, blonde hair, a red bladed sword at her hip, and the third person, a tabaxi, who's gritting his teeth and angrily kind of looking around at the others. The furbolg looks to him and says, "Shadow, it's going to twist upon you. You need to meditate upon this. I know this. The dreams here are not going to benefit you. If you stay here, even though the sleeper is gone, it will cause you torment. You need to be out in the wilds and focus in on yourself. The predatory nature within you, it's something that you must learn to overcome and deal with. We cannot help you here." The woman says, "You're welcome back when you are ready, but your recent attack, it does show that it's hard to keep you here while we try to rebuild this place." Shadow nods his head, turns, and heads out of the Dwarven Road, out of Digrum. Fast track to end of last session. The pyramid that appeared above Alderac has continued its destruction of the conglomerate aerial navy, and the heroes, the wielders of the Esper Edges, have made their way into the first entryway of the pyramid. The ones that delved in a little bit deeper have retreated back to the main entrance in hopes of regaining and regrouping with their friends. As they do so, as Gilbert takes up the silver sword and starts to elevate up to the higher chamber, Valette, you notice that a figure starts to follow him onto the pad. A figure that has a very similar silhouette to the assassin, the swashbuckler that you just dealt with. And it has the same eerie glow to it, this silhouette, as the other Espers do. Gilbert steps onto the platform and rises up to the higher point in the pyramid.
If we're going to follow him up there, I suggest we watch our backs. It looks like his new Esper may be Shadow.
Broxgar, you, Vrak, this interesting fellow Davos, the trusty wizard, Sam, and you four have made it onto the pyramid as the remnants of the conglomerate ship that Sam was able to power slowly descend off back down to the city below. You do notice that as you're all getting positioned there is a dead body of the conglomerate individual who occasionally assisted, specifically Valette and Ren, in earlier matters. But then you also notice that the cleric that appeared from nowhere during your fight with Grun rises up and lands in the doorway and starts to follow into the chamber after you. As you enter into the familiar entryway where you fought the Flaming Skulls the first time you accessed the pyramid, you do so from a strange vantage point. You're standing on what you would presume to be the ceiling, but it feels like the ground to you. And you look up at the floor and see that the platform that descends, or rather in this case would ascend into the pyramid, is now rising up, or descending down with Gilbert, who is, in your perspective, standing upside down on the ceiling, staring down at you.
Great. Either I've been drinking too much right now or not enough.
Why didn't you share?
Because I needed it. Ugh.
Down below in the dark, in the stairway, Dengu looks to you two as you comment on that, and he says, "Why? Did you notice something strange happen?"
Wait, which two was he talking to?
This would be to Ren and to Valette.
Oh, okay, gotcha. As he was heading up, I saw a outline of his Esper that looked vaguely familiar, like Shadow, that cat creature we just fought. And in the past, well, the first time he introduced himself, he stabbed Ren in the shadows.
You feel a very familiar presence, and a hand touch your shoulder. You hear a very familiar voice. "Don't worry about it. He's now one of us." And when you turn and look around, you see Yen Lauren in the Esper light, slightly transparent, standing with his hand on your shoulder.
I turn around and hug his spectral form that I can't actually hug.
You actually are surprised. You expect to go through him, but you feel a tangibility to him. Oh,
Oh, that's cool.
strange,
It
is it not?
It is good to see you, old friend.
I wish I could say the same for you, but I presume I would prefer any number of deaths that I could have received instead of the one I was forced into. But that said, there's much to be unveiled here. This is the final hour for us, and for you. We must strike forward. As he says that, the platform descends down. Who goes up next?
I'll go up.
Okay, back up above. Gilbert looking down at them, standing on the ceiling to you. Them standing on the ceiling looking up to you, though you're on the floor. As you're all kind of confused in the center, this green puff of smoke appears in the center of the room, and a very familiar fox-headed woman appears in the center of the room, standing on the same plane of gravity as Gilbert.
Fireball!
Do you cast it?
No, I'm not gonna cast. Well, Firebolt. Yeah, I'll cast Firebolt.
Okay.
I'm not gonna cast Fireball.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Let's see what happens.
I don't
guys.
think she's bad, Sam.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
That's a 23.
Hits. Damage.
26.
6. That's a lot of damage.
You see her get kind of hit in the back. It doesn't seem to hit as much as... It seems to be that she might... Hold on, let me double check.
Oh, Sam.
She falls over dead. Hey!
Yeah, that's it. You got her. No,
She had 22 hit points. Damn it.
yeah, that's even...
I mean, as an
closer.
NPC, you should have suspected it.
Yeah.
I really should have.
She was actually just a challenge rating 1/8 noble the whole time. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, you would hit, and you said fire damage. Yeah, she doesn't look like she takes as much damage as you were anticipating her to do. Like her
That's
demon
fine.
resistances kind of buffered it. When she kind of looks down at you, she raises her cigarette or her pipe. My brain's not working, and she kind of looks at you and says, "Oh, again, do it again. Such a joy cast through her. Let me help you with your aim and perspective." She turns the pipe, and it looks like the tobacco or whatever's inside of it is about to like fall out. But when she does so, you all feel like reality warps. You're now standing on the same plane as Gilbert, and you can see that she's now standing on the ceiling looking down at you. Just as that moment hits, Valette ascends out of the hole and stands there. When
You're a fucking masochist.
when she steps off of the platform, the thing you notice that's peculiar about, her presence is she probably seems to be happy, right?
Yeah.
You also notice that Hawk steps out from behind her and stands next to her.
Everyone, I met Yen Lauren.
Ooh, very cool.
Should I firebolt him too? Her too, because I'm not sure if that's the real Valette.
Sam, I'm sure I'll give you plenty of enough reasons later to firebolt me. If you could hold off till then.
Fair enough.
Dengu kind of looks to Ren down below as it starts to descend, and he says, Yen Lauren, you want to make an entrance, right? He nods his head. If you could go up next, Ren, that would be helpful. I'm sure Valette has already told them, but I really
That's
want
funny.
to make an entrance, I suppose.
Ren is kneeling over Shadow's body, and he's whispering something to himself, and then he turns and sort of hears and stands up and goes up the stairs quiet, or goes up the lift next.
Okay. As you're kind of looking to the Valette ascent and kind of Hawk stepping aside, you notice as Gilbert kind of moves into the room, kind of steps back a bit, probably not trying to bring too much attention to himself. You notice that the Shadow Assassin, the Swashbuckler Assassin rather, seems to manifest behind him, standing off in the corner.
I see you over there.
You hear a ho 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 ho, always trying to hide even in such a bright room, foolish cat. And then you hear him yell up to her, "What the fuck is going on? What have you done to me?" I did nothing. It wasn't me, it was the dragon god. Ren, you ascend at that last sentence. The others kind of moving about the room. Fi kind of looks to Valette, the elvish cleric, and she says, "Is Dengu with you?"
He's down below.
Good. The fox lady, as the thing descends and Ren appears. Ren, as you appear, Byako also manifests physically, apparently, to you and steps to your side. You see Fi kind of look up at the fox-headed woman, and the fox-headed woman says, "As much of the choir that is present will assemble, there's no need to fear, Lady Yvna. It shall be as you have seen it from the goddess Stasia. Be patient, please."
I turn to the fox lady and ask her, will the rest of the 13 join us?
No, they're already here in the pyramid. I believe Lady Yvna left them behind on her last foray into this place. You can see that visibly, like, she's already looks like she's pissed off all the time, like, just the way Fi kind of has a stature, but you can see that visibly kind of made her more upset, and you can see, like, her eyes kind of, like, narrowing at the fox. Yeah, she looks like she could probably just murder someone with her look. That said,
Great.
the elevator, the platform arises again, and a blue-skinned individual with a pistol at his side, leather armors, kind of steps out from the platform. And as he kind of moves away from the platform, you can see that Yen Lauren's still standing on the platform, and he looks over to everyone. "Hello, guys. Long time no see."
It's good to see you, old.
Sam just goes to poke Yen Lauren.
I wish I could say the same of you, but it is not. This assembly means that the book, the story, is coming closer to a close. Should be able to
Right.
see the entry room now.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, this is a lovely thing. Right, so shall we go?
Real quick for a functionality test, please make sure that you can pick up your Esper token and move it as long and Oswell with you.
Do you care for us to see us track the charges or anything like that?
I mean, again, as long as you're being honest, I'll probably keep track of your charges. You only have 3.
So
Yeah,
that
so
means
just-
I only
just-
have 2 because I used one last time.
Correct. So, the individuals that are not normally part of your company are kind of looking up at, the Fox Lady up above, and they look like they're very sternly doing so. Yeah, Lauren kind of steps out from the group, pretty much on the platform again, looking to everyone. If you have questions, sorry, let me try and get back into that Russian accent. If you have questions, now's the time to ask them. If not, well, let us begin. We have much to do, and very little time to do it. And he points out the door. If you turn to look that way, you'll see that the sky ships that were knocked from the sky seem to be lifting up into the sky again and kind of reassembling with weird magics. And it looks like they are basically being crewed by the dead in the sky outside.
Lovely.
Sure. Why are you alive?
I'm not.
Or seemingly so.
I am
Okay.
with him, and points to Dengu. Dengu pulls the gun off his belt and raises it up, and you can see that there's a gemstone kind of attached to the side of it, and it looks very similar to what you recall is the Dream Shard. And then Dengu puts the gun away.
Right, okay. This is weird.
So, it is your fate, as we saw with Sayre, but did not take the lessons from, that if you die while wielding an Esper Edge, and you do not defeat your sin, then you are bound to it. And so, if you were to die right now, Samuel, you would take Pocket's place, erasing him irreversibly from this very world, and being bound to that blade, for someone else to take up and carry, and for you to advise.
Well, at least that person would have good conversation.
Perhaps you might be taken out by some sort of bandit or thief, or perhaps
Someone like me.
Nice.
it's not entirely impossible. And Lauren kind of grins. The main point is the reason we were brought here, the reason why this moment in time is so important, is because this pyramid exists between. Rules can be broken here. I'm sure that there are things that are happening inside of you when you were here before that you did not understand, and I did not either. And I was foolish. I was carefree, arrogant, and it caused me to die. Similarly, you might have your own opportunity to do likewise. But if we work together, looks up to the Fox Lady, and we do so without any interference, then our task can be complete. And this matter can be handled permanently instead of temporarily.
Who is the Fox Lady? And why does she always show up at such weird moments?
I am a servant of Vise Desteshnan, the demon prince of deception. My name is not important, for if I give it to you, you will hold power over me.
Valette just wonders, I have a ring. Thinking in her head, maybe not.
You may not be able to believe anything I've told you, or perhaps you might be able to believe everything I say, as perhaps I am the entirety of every honest breath that Vice ever released in his mortal frame. Who knows? Maybe that too is a lie, But I tell you this, Calbrena, if you attempt to use that ring while you're here, no matter how you would, your wish, you will regret it.
Are there any circumstances where this ring won't end up being a curse?
Unfortunately, no. You see, your current situation is the ring that you hold is a key more than anything else. The magic inside of it was made by the first man, Onoya Nomen, and was offered as a gift to the moon, Stasia. You got that ring for a reason. I knew that you would not use it. You would not utilize it because you are so afraid of your own words. You would never utter any to use it. It is fortunate that Shadow was so blind to see what it really was. And you can see the Esper in the back like... But now that you're all here, I do have to tell you, it is not your purpose to fight together. It is instead your purpose to separate. Lady Evna, you saw what happened. You saw what the Duchess tried to do at Alderaan. You understand what it was that she tried to do, correct? And how those heroes defeated her and stopped her from exacting her purpose. Fi kind of nods her head. Master Dengu, you saw the raw powers emerging up from herbs at the rents and carving outs in your native province of Cardiff. Did you not see it? The horrors that bubbled up from the earth because of this? Dengu nods. And Davos, you know that the conglomerate's power is now being usurped by much wiser, much more devious minds, do you not? Davos nods his head. Well, you have always been my tools. So then, I will continue to use you for a more divine purpose. These other individuals go to meet their ends down at the bottom or up at the top of this pyramid, however you wish to look at it. But you, no you will lay down your arms and you will go out with your own powers and my assistance and stop the destruction of this city. Otherwise, you can go in, but I assure you, you will not take up the labors and the weight of this quest onto your own shoulders, but simply add on to the weight of them. They nod. Dengu kind of walks over to Sam, looks at you, reaches to his pistol and rips the dream shard off of it and hands it to Sam. I am bound to it, but so is Yen Lauren. You will not be able to bind yourself to its magic, but you will be able to discuss things with him. Perhaps he can help you, if he is allowed.
Great. So, all of this exposition has been, enjoyable and all that, but, yeah. Is there anything else we need to know, or should we start skedaddling?
Well, perhaps when I was expositing, you should have paid attention and maybe have understood the plan at hand. You will go into the pyramid and deal with the corruptor. These three will go out and fight the corruptor's attempts to destroy the city that you call home.
Yeah, I got that part. That
easy
makes
enough?
sense. I'm just asking, is there anything else?
Oh, yeah. No. You can go anytime you want. Feel free. The lady cleric walks over to Gilbert Lady Phi, Yvna, walks over. I have nothing to give you other than my utter contempt for you as the member of nobility that seems to resonate the most with those that exist here in Rastagar. You care nothing for the city as a whole. You care for yourself and only yourself. I feel that she looks up to the Arcanoloth, Radgotha, and then you hear, "Oh, how dare you speak it aloud! I gave you that in confidence." And then Phi looks back to you. Has chosen incorrectly in allowing you and your company to descend down and fight the Corruptor, but that's what fate has for it. So I wish you good luck, though I expect you to fail. She walks out, and then you hear the voice behind her and see this kind of young mage type kind of behind her. It says, "Well, that was a bit fucked up. Why did you say that?" And she just looks to him like annoyed.
I liked her.
She
I
seemed
just shake
good.
my head. I just shake my head and go, "Don't listen to her, guys. She's just unhappy because she wasn't chosen to go in and fight the Deceiver, and we were. Don't worry. We'll get this done."
Davos turns to Brox as you're trying to intercept Phi. Turns to Brox and pulls off a belt and hands it to you. You can see that there's about 6 potions lined up on it, and he says, "You probably need it more than me, guy. And you got a hell of a shot, and I expect most of those folks to get burnt up, killed, stabbed, and maimed before you do. Don't let your hot head get to you." And he grins and he walks towards the door. You intercept Lady Phi?
Lady Phi, I was wondering if there's anything you could do for the. I'm trying to explain the. Would it be just like a vampiric type effect that Shadow had put on Valette?
She kind of turns and looks over her shoulder at you. "I have nothing for you." She walks towards the door.
Understood.
Wait,
That's
are you
harsh.
talking about the loss in max hit points that you had?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that too. I don't think there's anything besides a long rest that'll get rid of that, but it was a good job.
Well, I think it
finding us.
affects you for like an hour or something like that, if I remember correctly from last week.
Correct.
I don't remember. So
A short
maybe
rest
if
will get
it's
rid of
not-
it.
if it-
Yeah, short rest
Oh,
will take care of it. So
nice.
there you go.
As Davos and Dengu exit out, you can see that their espers move towards the door and stop at the entrance. Radgotha looks to Phi. "You know they cannot leave. They will remain here just like the others, and will come when needed." Phi looks to her esper. "Good luck, Hadrian." Hadrian nods his head. "It sounds like you'll need it more than we will, eh, lass?" And then Davos walking out the little goblin creature. "Plenty of stone for you here, guy." Davos nods his head. "Good luck." Walks out. And Dengu looks to Yenloren. "You're with who you originally belonged with. Good luck. Don't die here again." Yenloren nods his head. The 3 leave.
Shall we be on our way then?
Sure.
And I'm just gonna pop that. Darn, wasn't a lot.
What are you doing?
The potions on the belt, Joe, just if you want to notate them, are greater potions of healing. 6 of them.
Got it.
As the 3 move out into the main entryway, the Arcanoloth walks out the ceiling way, and then the 3 end up on the ceiling with her, to your perspective. But you realize that you're upside down and they're not as you look outside to the world beyond, and the 3 of them seem to just fly out towards one of the sky ships out there in the wild.
Right, let's go.
All right.
All right, back to Theater of the Minding It. So the descent, you've done this before. You descend down one by one down the platform until you all arrive at the top of the stairwell. The stairwell descends down to the first level, as you recall it. The first level had 2 entry points. One that led into the strange room with the battery and the water, and that's where you fought Conservator and Enforcer 76, the one with the arbalist, the huge crossbow. And then on the opposite side was the chamber with the bunch of zombies and the soul portal. That's at level 1. So as you're descending, do any of you wish to stop at either of those two chambers, check it out, or do you want to continue down further into the pyramid?
Well, before, I think we didn't bother with the soul portal, because Sam wasn't here, and we wouldn't have any way of using it anyway. But, Sam, if you'd like to check it out, I trust
Meh.
your intellect.
I mean, we could, but is it going to be worthwhile?
If you don't think so, then let us continue down.
Okay. If you descend further down, you will arrive at level 2. And if you recall, level 2 to one entryway, the western entryway, led to the laboratory that was filled with strange artifice, and the back end of it was the place where the white dragon was bound. And then there was a stairwell that descended further down. That's how you originally made it down into the underneath the pyramid. And then the opposite way led to the light room, and also where the lich was, the whole situation where Valette told the Dread Guard, yeah, that one.
Fun.
And the squishers and the such.
Was that where Ian Lorne died?
No, Yen Lauren died on level 3.
Ah, next level.
Yeah, this was where we encountered the Lich, and we accidentally, told him what was going to happen.
But this is where the steps stop. So you do have to choose either heading into the laboratory proper and then moving your way back down that same passageway, or go into the Lich's area and try and find your way through that.
I mean, we haven't been in the Lich's area before. It could be neat.
Yeah, because it was blocked by the Gygaxian key. That's right.
So,
Yeah, let's go there then.
Okay.
Let us be quick and determined in what we were trying to find. With that, I mean, if our curiosity, since we don't waste too much time if it seems to be a dead end.
seems fair.
Okay. As you head in that direction, you do denote that your espers are following behind you, staying close in company with you. All right. You'll also note that you come to the old broken up stone passageways, and you can hear the sounds of heavy footfall up ahead as you approach this direction. Very familiar sounds. You would recognize these as squisher boots. Basically, this is where the squishers seem to be defending the Lich's area. Okay.
So,
Hold on.
I could try and talking to them and giving them an order, but I don't know any kind of command words. So I don't know how well that'll work.
Just say you command them in the name of the conglomerate or something.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm not trying to disparage anyone, but these sorts of plans don't go well for us usually.
Okay, what's your plan?
Just saying. So hold on a second. What's the layout of the room again, John? Just
Hold on.
so that I've.
I'm trying to give it to you. Bear with me.
Okay. Yeah, I just don't want us to accidentally do something and suddenly be in the middle of combat again.
No, I think that's exactly what's going to happen if we walk into this area.
So as you're approaching, and you're kind of having conversations about situations therein, Ren, up until that last moment, you've been pretty quiet, and the Esper seem to be kind of walking along as if they were, tangible people. One of them seems to move over to you, besides your Esper, and says, "How did it feel?"
Which Esper says that?
You look and you see that it's your mentor, Shadow.
How did it feel?
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Driving it into
It-
your heart.
It felt horrible, actually. I felt betrayed by you, and then I felt as if I was betraying you, even though it was a just thing.
You didn't betray me. I don't think the sins matter here anymore. I don't feel like they do. When I was tethered to the silver sword, it felt different than this connection that I'm having with your friend. This feels more pure. I haven't felt like this in a long time. You can see that Bianco kind of turns and kind of looks over his shoulder and kind of moves back to stand next to Shadow, kind of giving him a sidelong gaze. Shadow kind of retreats from the conversation as you're walking along.
Well, that's good news for Gilbert.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
glad to see everybody getting along here. It's like old buddies, old pals.
Although it was really interesting to hear that Shadow was basically exiled from Digram.
Yeah, where Jaguar?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Sounds like he had some good advice from an old friend.
All right. So as you're kind of looking around, you can see that there's a bridge that goes across, and below that, there's kind of like a pit area, steps that go up to the side, and yeah. Please make sure if you have vision, just let me know if you don't.
Yes, I can.
Yes,
see
I could see.
things.
Let's see.
Also, just as an FYI, I also have control over Gilbert's character for some reason.
You
Throw-
do?
Throw him off the
Oh,
cliff.
so do I.
So do I.
Oh, okay.
Everybody does.
Throw him
All
off
right,
the
guys.
cliff.
Everyone start just putting Gilbert at random places on the board and see if John
Just-
notices.
Just deduct hit point.
Yeah.
Do you think
No, don't detect hit points. Just like randomly move him to somewhere else on the board when no one's
Oh,
paying
I
attention.
thought you said put more copies of him on the board. I was like, oh no.
No, not more copies. Just like move him around.
What is the farthest distance our espers can be from?
They could be infinitely far away from you.
Okay.
Infinite. Cool.
And in which direction are the squishers?
You only hear sounds, so you presume to the east and to the north.
I would like to sneak up to the north and just see what I can see with no one following me, just quiet.
Oh,
Okay.
that's what you're doing. I'll be back in 1 second.
Sure.
Yeah, I recognize this from last time. This is familiar.
You eventually come upon one underneath a bridge, kind of moving about. It looks like it's just following the same patrol route that they were kind of left to do the last time you saw these squishers.
Would I be able to discern its route from observation from the?
Yeah, pretty quickly. Do me a favor. Make a intelligence check.
Just straight intelligent.
Yeah.
I rolled a 15.
You're trying to remember how far out it was that you could be from them without causing them to kind of trigger to you. And you start moving in closer, and when you realize that you are within range of it, you notice that it doesn't seem to be noticing you. Like, as you step closer to it, like, not your current position, you kind of move up
Yeah.
to it to get a better look at it. You realize that you're inside of its zone of detection. It's when it would jump at you, and it's not doing it.
So I'm getting the sense that for whatever reason, it's not acting as it did before in a really aggressive way. Like it's just following a.
Possibly.
Neat.
I would mention that information back to the group.
Cool. So maybe we could just move through.
It's possible we could move through. It's not
All
not
right.
100%.
Before we do that, come back here.
Yeah, he's back.
Okay, so before we all start doing potentially crazy things, why am I on a black thing now? I can't see anything. Anyway. I'm guessing Gilbert was my light source by accident. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 10 minutes to ritually cast a telepathic bond so we can actually, like keep in touch with people if we get separated.
That's rare.
Plus, if we want to be stealthy,
Raries, right?
yeah, Rary's telepathic bond,
Okay.
ritual cast it, 10
I will
minutes.
accept the charges.
We can talk to each other for an hour. It is not concentration.
Nice.
John, how long does it take to identify a magic item?
It could take 10 minutes per item.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you need me to,
I pull out a pair of boots that have wings etched on them.
you do realize that we have an hour to talk to each other telepathically, so we might as well take care of that.
And I ask Sam to identify them.
I'm saying we can identify them after the telepathic bond wears off.
I
Because it'll
see.
take 10 minutes to cast it, and we only have an hour of this.
I understand. Go ahead. I thought it might be useful in this situation.
Well, I guess I'll take the first step forward then. Or, Ren, would you like to be our eyes and ears?
Oh, go ahead.
The first time I get assaulted, you're the new tester.
All right, I'll go up after you.
Okay, so you're heading north. You're not going up the stairs or across the bridge and heading east. Okay.
Is north? Have we been north before? Like, I'm basically just going in the direction we were going to look for stuff.
It feels like we've been this way before. Am I right about that, John?
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm basically giving you no.
Maps, exactly.
Yeah.
It looks familiar to me.
I'm not going to give you like precise knowledge, but basically I'll give you kind of static knowledge.
It looks familiar to me.
Yeah. As
Yeah,
you
it's-
kind of come around the way there, you'll notice that there's the broken up ledge there, where one of the I'm getting reverb.
Someone just bounced out.
Zach.
Oh, Zach's
It
in.
says-
Hey, Zach. But yeah, where the coffin was, up above the broken up stone and such, the squisher is coming back down this way, and kind of seems to be kind of moving towards your group. Not like offensively, just kind of indirectly. It's walking in your direction. Do you all wait for him to turn around and go the other way, or do you kind of stop and try and move past him?
I will be the sacrificial pawn here and test it out, and I'll just walk so he can actually see me.
Yeah, if you move closer to the squisher, nothing happens.
Not in any offensive way. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like possibly due to no orders affecting it, but it seems harmless for now.
Okay, and so Gilbert and Ren were next in line, right? You two move as well.
Before it attacks Gilbert.
Okay.
Ourselves.
Why would it attack Gilbert?
As
Everybody
you-
loves Gilbert.
Move over to him, Gilbert. You see that his posture changes, and he turns, and you can hear inside of the suit. And then you start to see lashes of the black ichor come out of the suit and start peeling out of the suit, pulling it off, ripping the helmet, ripping the mask back, and it becomes its unsuited self. It seems to be very interested in Gilbert.
Because you're bad.
Seems to be trying to move around Gilbert to get, or move around Hawk and Valette to get to Gilbert.
You know it.
Does anybody want to stop it?
I say,
Paul?
I'm trying to think of the wording. By order of me, Agent X, I order you to halt.
Seems to be moving past you.
Gilbert, run.
I'm going
Initiative.
to.
Hold on, don't roll it. Don't roll it yet. Let me get rid of last time.
Blue gnome for dinner.
Man, you know why? Because you guys are evil and I'm the good one.
Well, then Brox needs to be
Wow.
careful too. Let's see what happens. Be careful.
Yeah, maybe it'll attack Brox too.
All right.
darn it.
Good
Here's
thing
the
that we
theory.
don't have an ego on this guy.
He's blue background, so are me and Ren, so he's not going to react to us. But we have red backgrounds, and we have no backgrounds, so he might react to them.
Right. No backgrounds.
we've conquered our sin, and it's a sin eater. Huh, John? Huh?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, man, don't metagame this, man.
I love it, though. That's a good theory, Tim.
Just change it to the
Might be
higher of the
true.
two, Joe, if you know how to do it.
Dude, I took the alert and I rolled a 4.
Oh, that's very sad.
Wow.
So lame. So. Kevin rolled his 15 plus 0. Oh,
Yep.
not
It's
fair.
all in the roll, man.
There you
It's
go,
all in
Andy. I rolled a 2.
Gonna disappear.
Or I rolled a 4.
Everybody
You're
roll?
gonna have to.
Sorry, I forgot to.
Okay.
I would doubt I will get a high roll.
You did.
Oh, wow. Okay, I lied.
Nice.
All right, now everyone's rolled.
Okay. On 20 initiative, as you're kind of like ferreting through it, the squisher that's kind of moving around Hawk and kind of sweeping underneath the bridge, heading over to Gilbert, you can see it kind of like its eye move in and focus in on you, and then you hear, and then you can see liquid kind of dropping from the ceiling. When you all look up at the high ceiling in this room, you notice that there's about 6 more of them kind of
Oh,
peeling off of the ceiling, and they're so close together it looks like they might just be one, you're not sure, or a big grouping of 6 of these pudding-like creatures with tentacles. Alright, Baroxgar?
Can I change the Blaze Hatchet into the Cool Dream Shard?
As a action, you do so. You watch as the axe just kind of solidifies into a crystal. Attaching it to a weapon is also an action.
It just turned it into the Dream Shard itself. I thought I was like mimicking other weapons.
Oh, no, yeah, you turn it into the Dream Shard. It looks like the Dream Shard. It attaches to a weapon now. It no longer is a weapon.
Okay, I attach it to my crop.
It's an action to attach it to a weapon.
Okay.
Alright. You're learning. It's okay. Baby
Is
steps.
Rock with us?
Brack would be with you guys, yeah.
He said he's asking whether or not he needs to roll initiative.
Go ahead. Yep.
Yeah, I told him, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
I'd imagine he'd have to.
There you go, 17.
Alright. So, Sam, you watch as Broxgar's axe changes into a purple shard.
Purple thing.
Yeah.
Right. So, quick question: which direction did you say we might hear more from? Was it this direction?
So what you're
Or was
seeing, yeah, the boots you heard kind of coming around the corner this way. But yeah, the one that you're looking to is here, and then you can also see up above it on the ceiling, kind of like around it, there are more.
Interesting. Okay, so this is probably going to be really. So you said there's more coming from around this way.
There might be, but all you heard over that direction was boots of a suited squisher.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my turn to slightly experiment. I'm going to. Okay, so this is the squisher here.
Yep.
Okay, so that was 15.
in your head, I say, these things are hard to kill. I remember that.
All right, so I'm going to stand right about there. And I am going to hold my action to basically see what the squisher does. Because I'm guessing Gilbert's probably going to try to get away from it, and I want to see if it's going to come after me. And if it starts coming towards me, I'm going to cast Dimension Door and go back to about where I was.
Okay.
I want to test some stuff with this first before we do anything else.
That's fair. Okay. That was 18. It goes to 17. It would be Zach.
You there, Zach? I'm not sure he has his headset on.
Okay.
Are you having? Well,
Can you type it in?
Well, we'll just go ahead and say since he's not sure about the situation, which I'm sure is true of player and character, because Squishers was before you met with.
Right there.
Oh, there he is.
wait, he's saying something.
Sorry, I still don't have my headset, so you might get some reverb or some shit. But it's that guy, right? I saw
Yeah.
other people attack him.
No one's attacked him yet.
Oh, no one's attacked him yet. Oh. Then I'm not gonna attack him yet.
It looks like he's moving in a hostile fashion towards Gilbert.
You could interpose yourself.
Can I? Yeah, that's where I put myself between him and Gilbert right now.
Okay.
If he tries to move from that square, can I ready an action to grapple?
Yeah, you can try and grapple it. That's fine. Also, a quick note.
Unless he tries to move from that space.
Okay, a quick note. Do you have control over the Sayer Esper token?
Yes, I had the wrong tool, but yes.
Okay, if you when you move on your turn, you can move her as well. And also under the character options, you should find actions for if you toss her Asafune. You also have actions under Byakko because you can toss Byakko Asafune as well.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
No worries. Okay, so the unsuited squisher will be going on 16. It is going to move. You attempt to grapple it. It is immune to the grappled condition. So you basically just reach in and kind of grab a whole bunch of it. And you take 4 points of acid damage. Brack. As you try to basically scoop up a pile of ooze, and it seems to burn on your skin. It kind of just warps around you, moves through Hawk, and comes close to Gilbert. When it gets there, it seems to not be going for Gilbert as a whole. It seems to be swinging at the silver sword. Does a 17 hit your armor class, Gilbert?
It does not.
Okay. You see its pseudopods kind of lash out towards the silver sword at your belt, and you kind of turn aside and block it with your shield.
Nice.
At that moment, 3 more of the ones from above drop down.
Ah, they're surrounding us.
You could always leave your sword, Gilbert.
Okay, so out of curiosity, are any of them like looking at?
All the
Am I
eyes
okay.
are focused on Gilbert, and they seem to be focused specifically on the silver sword.
And so that's the one with has shadow as the Esper.
Correct.
Okay, weird.
Kind of makes sense.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. Because it's a magical sword with it.
No, it makes sense because obviously Gilbert is the most popular one, and they just want to get the best weapon from the best player.
They're
right?
taking out the Kurgazler of the Kurgazler's heroes.
That's right.
Yeah,
they
they-
know what
they
they're
ju-
doing.
They hate the
They
name.
want to have the best, and we just aren't worthy.
Well, I'm surprised they're not going after Broxcar because he's pretty good too.
He's out of sight. He hasn't moved up.
Yeah.
And Broxcar is not nearly as good as you are.
Well,
Well,
also,
he's pretty good though.
if they saw Broxcar, they might go after his weapon because again, it's a
yeah,
red weapon.
they might. Yeah.
I don't know.
And I'm wondering if this has anything to do with Goodman having been aware of then the anti-espers that since he could control these things, he might have set them to go after them.
A lot of hypotheticals. Lord Kurgazler, you are surrounded by at least 3 of them. Rack to your north, blocking another one from being close to you. A bunch of ghosts are standing next to you. And what you notice is really surprising as this is happening. You turn and kind of look over to Shadow, the Esper of Shadow, and he has his hands kind of over his head and his eyes closed, and he looks like he's terrified.
Oh shit. He's not doing too good. All right. Since we have this Rory's telepathic bond, I would talk to everybody in the group. I'd be like, all right, guys, do we want to move through these guys or back up and retreat? Because we should do something now, and we need to be Like, we need to know what we're gonna do. So what is it, guys? Come on. If nobody says anything, I'm gonna make a decision. But
You could move past them really fast, can't you?
I could use step together, and we could all move past them without getting AOs. But it's gonna be like, I need to know if that's the way we want to go, or do we want to go back where we came?
In your head, you hear Bragg. The rest of us go and leave the blue one.
I mean,
Come
I'm
on,
fine
man.
with that plan.
You're very funny. I like that sense of humor of yours. All right, so I'm going to use. Actually, I could think as a free action, I can use uninhibited on myself. I think so. Is that a free action? Does it say?
You're not grappled. There's no difficult terrain.
Oh, there's a lot of rocks and stuff if we go past.
No,
this thing,
it's not
is what
too
I'm
bad. It's
thinking.
pretty much
It's not bad.
flat.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, then what I will use is I do have a channel divinity left, so I'm going to use my last channel divinity to use step together, which allows us all to move quickly.
You can move your
Out of
speed.
your
You don't provoke
without
opportunity attacks.
Yeah, don't provoke opportunity attacks. All right, guys, up to our speed. As long as you're within 120 feet of me. And it's a wait, as a bonus action, I can use that, right? And then we could move. So
Technical
I guess,
question. Does that count
Sure.
the espers?
Espers can move your speed whenever you move your speed. So if ever you basically are moving, and it's not a result of force movement pushing, then yeah, they can move your speed.
So let's all move in this direction, guys. Like this way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. That direction. Right? Move my Esper with me. Whoop.
Okay,
So I guess I could do an action too, right?
sure, and still move.
Oh, and I can move too. All right, that's right, because that was a bonus action to move. All right, I'm gonna move forward then. Hopefully, there's not a whole bunch of those guys ahead of me. And I'm going to. Actually, I can't give my weapon to Shadow, can I?
As a bonus action, you could, but you don't have one.
I can't. I don't have one left, so I'll just do it next turn. All right, guys. I'm like, it looks clear this way.
So
Does
I'm
anybody
going
want to follow me.
I'm going to stay where I am just to continue my experiment.
Okay, so
What about Brox? He can go.
as
Can he?
yeah, no, he was outside of 30 feet.
Was he too far away?
No, it's within 120 feet, but he'd only
Oh.
be able to move about 30 feet.
Okay,
You want to move up, Brox?
yeah, it is
Or
120
stay where
feet
you
per
are.
step. I think he's away from his computer right now, so I'll go ahead and move
Okay,
him.
we'll give him a chance when he gets back, I guess.
I went ahead, just moved him up. That's fine. All right. So, when you see Lord Kergosler dart away, and the other two follow behind, you notice that the Squisher's kind of eyes kind of track in that direction, and then once he kind of moves past a certain threshold, which you think is about, let's see, let's make sure he made it. I think he did. Once he makes it past about 60 feet from them, they kind of lose interest and kind of just start slogging. Alright. Red.
Yeah, I'll just move beside Gilbert. And ready in action to attack one of them if they become hostile.
I'm actually going to put Brockcar back. I'm not going to move him for him.
Now, this will be an interesting experiment because I wonder if it's going to be hostile towards Brox as well.
I'm thinking it would.
Okay,
So
so
we'll see.
Ren holding your position there. Valette.
Who was that?
It's Tim.
Whistling.
Yeah,
Alright.
that's
Since
Tim.
I can't move my full 30 feet because someone's in the way.
You can go through me.
No, you are at my full move.
Yeah, he
Oh.
can't end his turn in your spot.
You might be able to end your turn in that spot because
No.
there's just an Esper there. Oh.
Valette thinks, do we want to go down or to the right.
So you would note that to the right, the stairway down into the lich area is where that lays, if you recall from before.
Over here.
Not where we were headed.
Yeah, the
I
steps.
thought that's where we were headed.
Okay, then
Sweet.
I'll just standard action dash. So,
Okay.
so
All right.
30.
If you want, I can do one of two things since it looks like Joe is AFK right now. We can. No, I'm just going to do the safe way. He moved up. It looks like the squishers are looking his direction. He's going to move and dash and kind of get out of the scene over towards the lich area at the behest of Sam, who says that he sees how they're working. How's that sound?
Yep. Sounds cool.
The squishers seem to not move once Broxgar gets out of their sight vision.
Interesting. So we know like that now.
So they don't seem to care about me or
You
Brack right
or
now.
Brack. Nope.
Good to know for the future. Once I know that fact, I'm going to start trying to walk in the same direction as the rest of the party.
Okay. Tim, they got blue backgrounds.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, one quick
Oh
question.
yeah, they have blue background.
Let me just double check one thing on my sheet because I think I have what I. Okay, I do. I would like to empty out one of my ink bottles
Mm-hmm.
and see if I can just carefully using.
If you're trying to collect
that I have
a
to just
specimen,
collect a.
it's going to
Yeah.
melt through the inkwell jar or the ink jar very quickly.
It's going to melt through glass.
Yeah.
How's it sitting on the rock floor?
Oh, it seems to be leaving quite a bit of an indent. Yeah, like wherever they sludge about, it seems to leave like a trail of like broken up stone. You can actually see points around the stone where they moved before, and the break in the stone. Like this.
In that case,
Yeah.
when they ripped up the suit, is there like a large chunk of the suit that I could possibly grab, try to grab a sample and wrap it up in that
You
with
grab a
rope
glove?
or something like that? So
And you are anticipating to kind of scoop some up, but you realize that there's already some already still inside of the glove. So you just kind of roll the top of the glove and now have a glove filled with squisher fluid.
cool.
All right.
Putting that in my inventory.
Joe, you put the dream shard on the gun and ran past the squishers. It seems that the squishers were only activated and tried to focus in on you and Gilbert for some reason, but you made it past by running away.
Some reason.
I don't know why it would be the case. All right, Theater.
He
It's
was
because they're the
acquitted.
sexy.
That's what it is.
He was acquitted.
Theater of the mind. You enter into this staircase down into a larger room. When you enter into this room, you see that the center room, which once had a very massive series of glyphs and magical circles, which seemed to be kind of a part of field magic, but not its core, is all over the floor. But Sam, being kind of keyed to how field magic works, you realize that the field has been broken. There is a stairway down and a door, a double door, opposite of the stairs that you just descended. So basically, straight stairs, stairwell, and then across from that on the other side is a door. The door you recall entering into, and just on the other side was where the Death Knight was. That said that was the Lich's portal to this place. So what would you like to do?
Wait, where did the portal go?
So there's no portal. Okay, staircase
Oh.
staircase descends down. At the base of the steps, like maybe 10 feet out from you, is a stairwell that descends down like a spiral staircase. On the opposite side of the spiral staircase, from where the steps land in this room, is a double door, which is closed. Around the stairway, which was once covered with magic, if you recall the last time you were here, that magic appears to have been broken. And Sam is recognizing this, he didn't recognize it before, as keys to field magic, and the field magic has been disrupted.
All right, where to? Do we go to the door or do we go down the stairs?
Obviously, we go towards the danger. That seems to be
Yes.
the most sensible thing.
Where would the danger be? Is this the third level then?
This is still the second level.
Oh, okay. As when we get to the third level, that's where the real danger is. Maybe. Alright, what do you guys think?
This is where I defer to Sam and Thomas.
All right, so I'm sorry. One more time. We've got stairs going down, and then
I'm
we got.
trying to get the map for you, but yeah, you came down a series of 10-foot wide steps. At the base of those steps, about 10 feet from you, is a stairwell, a staircase, spiral staircase that descends into a pit down. There's old glyphs around it. Looks like the field magic that was once present here, but is no longer active. And then a double door opposite of where the staircase you're descending is, and those doors appear to be closed.
Does this look like similar to where we found that dragon before?
No.
Okay.
This was the chamber where the stairwell was blocked with like some sort of force field, and instead of trying to deal with that, you walked gingerly around the magic circle and then talked to the weird dread guard thing that was at the end of the hall behind those double doors. Here.
Just out of curiosity to see if it's still the same, I say we check out the doors first, and then probably if it's the same, we just head down the stairs.
It's a good idea. Sounds reasonable.
I'm trying real hard to put you in the room. Hold on.
It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, you should be there now.
We are.
My screen is black. I see my token, but
Strange. Hold on.
Oh, because he probably doesn't have dark vision hardwired in.
Are you
It's
putting the mask on?
technically-
I mean, I might as well put the white mask on.
It's
I also
120,
want
right?
to. Yeah, I also want to turn on the artificial mage armor that I have. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot to mention that earlier.
No worries.
But-
So you should have vision now. Do you?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So there's also a door to the south side, and that was the one that had the weird traps, the magical traps that caused you problems. And you opted against that. You opted against trying to figure out the stairway down, and then you went to the double doors, and on the other side of the double doors was, you can still kind of see it down the hallway there, a strange undead knight.
Well, I wouldn't consider that undead knight a friend, so let's not say hi. Though he might get along famously with Gilbert and Brox.
Well, as I said, the question is that person even still there? I wouldn't mind just taking a quick peek, seeing if anything's changed there, and then,
I
going
could
down
try to.
the stairs. Yeah, if you want to try to sneak in there and just take a peek. I'm trying to figure out basically what has and how much have things changed since we've been in here before, if this even is the same place but not the same location, if that makes sense.
Okay. Ren P9's very quickly as you move towards the doorway and around the stairwell. You'll see at the end of the hall that the statue that holds the corpse of the demon or the Death Knight is still present, and the corpse is still sitting inside of it.
Okay.
And keep
As,
in mind, we do have telepathic bonds still up.
as you're kind of muttering it in your head and kind of looking at it, you see the eyes of the corpse flare up with kind of a whitish color, and then you hear a voice kind of echo out through the chamber, and everyone can hear the voice. Oh! Huh. I wasn't expecting company. I'm in the laboratory. You can come if you'd like. Broxgar, make an intelligence check to try and recall if you think you've heard this voice before. You're just not sure where.
Ooh, good intelligence check.
Nice job.
The prisoner in the cell beneath Alderac, the one with the stone arm, Jubal Dragon Eater. The voice sounds a lot like him.
I'll relay that information. Sounds like
Rockstar.
Jubal Dragon. Thief, rogue, assassin, mercenary? Question mark?
Probably a bit of all that, yeah.
Do we think he's friend or foe?
I don't think he's malicious. I don't know who's a friend or a foe these days.
Fair point.
Kelgar gives you a thumbs up. Nice edge. But the eyes then flicker away from the white coloration back to a dead corpse sitting inside of the statue.
Well, it's...
So I think it's safe to go that way.
You hear kind of a creaking sound of a door coming from the south door, the one south of the stairs.
Yeah.
You're adorable.
Gesundheit.
Thank you.
But yeah, you hear a door sound kind of creaking from south of you. The door is slightly ajar there. It sounds like a door inside of that passageway is opened. Yep.
Ooh. We want to go this other door, though, right? We want to go in this door, don't we?
That's just where Ren was with the skeleton.
If you enter into that chamber, you'll see that there is kind of a staircase down to the east and a staircase down to the west, and a door to the south. It looks like the door that was opened, the one that you heard, is the one to the west, down at the bottom of the steps.
Over here?
Mm-hmm.
Cool, let's go that way.
All right.
I remember last time we went this
What?
way, didn't someone get trapped in there and like almost...
Yeah, but the doors weren't open that time. When you enter into this place, you can see that there are several, probably 4 or so pillars that rise from the base all the way up to the ceiling. The ceiling in this room appears to be about 50 feet high. You can see that there are wooden slabs out. Looks like there are some corpses in a very decrepit state on one of them. An old man stands near what appears to be a tool-ridden desk, and sitting on the steps that rise up about 10 feet behind him is a man that very much meets the description of Jubal Dragon Eater, as you recall him, except he doesn't look like he's in a type of prison garb. It looks like he has all of his accoutrement at his availability. The other thing you notice is that in his gauntleted hand, kind of held off to the side and just placed on the steps near him, is a sword with a bright white shining blade and a bright white kind of pearlescent hilt that's just kind of held off to the side, just kind of unconcernedly so, just holding it there. He looks up. Hail, I'm the master of this pyramid. My name's Jubal. Who might you be?
My name is Valette Glean.
Suddenly, he turns offensive at that and just starts stabbing the nearest person.
He nods his head. Valette Glean. That sounds familiar. I believe that Kelder was speaking of you before I sent him on his way. Have you heard of or met Kelder? Elfna, well, he wielded a pair of swords. Curator, can you get those for me? The old man kind of looks up, nods, walks over to behind the desk he's at, and pulls out 2 swords. They appear to be very ornate-looking scimitars that look like they can connect at the base to form a bow. They look like they are of a kind of merfolky kind of styling. They look nice.
Excuse me, really quick question for you. Out of just random curiosity, what year is it, right?
See, I was going to ask you the same question. I've been in here for a while. Me
Okay,
and
what year were you in here from?
the last thing I remember before entering into this place and being bound here by that foul lich is, well, a really big fight with the corruptor. Um, the Demon Prince Duron Balcard, Demon Prince of Undeath, corruption, and foulness as a whole. Me and others, I can't remember their faces. I can't remember their names. He kind of looks down at the stone. Huh. Well, we defeated him and we bound him to this place. And the ruling power changed hands. I was still here, but I left. It's really foggy, but for some reason, how long ago was that curator? The curator says, "Time has no sway here, master."
John, how long ago might that have been?
And you can see Jubal kind of scratching his head. Maybe a couple
No,
of.
I was
Oh, you?
I was asking you, like, would Sam know about when the events he seems to be speaking of would have been?
You can make a history check. It's going to be a really high target number because the stuff that I'm talking about kind of happened outside of the pages of history.
It's only a 16.
Yeah, no, it doesn't sound familiar. Although the name Jubal Dragon Eater, you recall there being a very powerful assassin who is kind of known locally in Rostagar, and has also done a lot of work in the kingdom of Stormloft. But that's a name that's more recent. And every so often, when like higher noble people would be trying to move mages in and out, but they need to deal with somebody in the nobility or in law enforcement, they would jokingly say, "Well, we could try and get Dragon Eater," as kind of like the boogeyman kind of situation, the guy who can kill everybody assassin wise.
Cool.
Do you remember the dungeons of Alder? Not even 2-6 days.
I've never heard of Alderac.
Fuck. I'm sorry. What's the name of it?
No. You got the right
Yeah,
name.
but you're right. You're right.
Yeah, you're right.
You got the right name. But he looks at you and kind of says, "I've never heard of the name Alderac. Is that a place, a building?" Make an insight check. Who has an insight?
No, I got an 8.
You're not sure if he's lying or not. You're not sure what the vibe you're getting from him is, but he doesn't seem to look at you with any recognition when you say the word, or just period, look at you with any recognition.
I'll just say plainly. You were in the dungeons, suspected of being involved in the assassination of our king, and you were taken away by the Grey Order. None of this is ringing a bell.
No. The Grey Order. What's that?
Well, it's a group of people that call themselves the Grey Order. They maintain the balance of the realm between.
I've been hunted by many a people for crimes I've performed in the past. I was told by... You see him kind of breathe out and like meditate for a second and kind of look to his stone hand. Galen Edtho. He was the one who told me if I did as he commanded and help him destroy the Demon Prince, then I would be freed of any punishments that I garnered. I would have my crimes wiped away.
Speaking of the corruptor,
Yeah.
well, apparently he's out and about again.
Oh, no, I know. I control the pyramid in its entirety now. But it would seem that the exterior of the pyramid is his. as the interior is mine.
Do you have a way of getting us to the exterior where he is?
I could definitely move you out and about to where he's located if that's what you desire.
Would you have anything to also maybe assist us in defeating him?
I don't believe so. Curator, they can take these. And he gestures to the wind and wave. The two swords that he laid out on the table. I don't think those will be much help. The spirits, the spirit that was in it, was very upset when Kelder lost his mind. The old man nods. Jubal kind of looks to you all. I can send you right out there at this moment, but as I understand it, it might be a difficult battle that you're trying to engage yourselves in. If you don't feel you're ready, you may want to help me with the matter.
Real quick, did Brox let us... Has Brox kind of like... are we aware that Brox's Esper can just do whatever he wants with the Esper Edges, like do whatever he wants?
I don't think I've shared that information.
Okay. So Vlet wouldn't have a comment about Brox seeing...
No.
Alright, cool. Well, I can't speak for the group to say we would agree, but what does this matter you need assistance with? And
Well, when the Butchers of the Lich left, a couple of them left things behind, such as the nature of the Pyramid of Souls. There are 3 glass orbs inside of the pyramid, but unfortunately I cannot find them with my control of the pyramid, and I do not know where to tell you to begin searching either. One will have a Kenku's head in it. Another will have an elf's head in it, and the last one will have a dragonborn's head in it, a blue dragonborn. I believe their names are Curator. What were their names? I do not know the lore, my lord. The librarian might have that information. I apologize. The Curator does not know. The librarian in the library south of here may have that information for you.
quick question. You say you control everything inside the pyramid, is that correct?
To a degree, yes.
Is it possible to keep the squishers as we know them from assaulting my 2 friends here?
The squishers only attack those that are harmful to this pyramid.
I assure you, I am not harmful to this pyramid.
Okay. Curator, see that it is done. The Curator nods his head. I will switch them off and make sure that they assault no one, my lord. Well, yes, that's fine. I should be able to defend myself. Especially with this. Looks to the sword. Looks up to you.
What's so special about that sword?
A very ancient old elf gave it to me. But I don't remember why. He just said it was important. That the ones who came...
Probably so you can shoot things.
I don't know about that. But he said that the one who rules outside wields its sister.
That's a sister to King Amphrid's, then. Right?
The king I killed? He looks over at Roxgar.
Aye, and the elf you speak of is Thornstastian.
No. No, that wasn't his name, was it, Curator? I do not know, my lord. I'm not the one who keeps the histories. I'm not the one who keeps your memories. That is the librarian. And Jubal nods his head. Ah, right. The elf's name. The librarian knows it. I do not recall.
I'm getting a sense that time moves very differently in here, and you might possibly be from our future?
What? That doesn't make any sense. Curator, does that
I know it doesn't.
seem to... Again, my lord, regarding the histories and any matters of the arcane, please consult the librarian. I am simply your hands and the one who keeps your tasks ready for you. Jubal goes, no, I know. I just like making sure you understand how inefficient and pointless you are. The curator kind of looks over to him. I hate you.
Where is the librarian?
Points behind Broxgar to the south.
And may we have leave to discuss with him and possibly get the information that he might have?
Of course.
To better find these orbs.
Yes, my pyramid is your pyramid.
And if you don't mind me asking, what task will these orbs accomplish once brought to you?
The souls they represent are tethered here, locked, bound. The other three that were present with them recently, they broke and were freed upon their own. I don't know why that was the case, but I assume that if we can get those three orbs, and I was able to study them more thoroughly, then I might be able to understand what's going on with them. And, well, the librarian would probably be able to inform me more about what it is that they represent and what they mean.
Huh. I got nothing, guys.
I got nothing. All right.
Perhaps we should go south.
Okay.
John, really quickly, did you see the side chat that I sent you?
No?
Okay.
No, I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, would it be a problem for Sam to stay in this room then?
Yeah, that's fine.
Or, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
You gotta go right now?
Yeah, just so you know, guys. So I'm gonna peace out. I'm sorry to fall asleep right
Okay.
now. I've had a really long week and I'm just exhausted.
No worries. Hearts.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Yeah. I'll see you guys later.
Take care.
See,
So by other three orbs, has Valette seen the guy? Or I guess, because I know Sam had three orbs, so I guess those got broken at some point.
Yeah, but the ones that he mentioned aren't ones that you've seen.
Right. Okay. Oh, I completely forget when those broke. Oh well. So yeah, Valette will head down to see. I guess Valette will ask if he doesn't mind. Valette will pick up Wind and Wave and just store them
Sure.
in case anything happens in the future.
Of course.
Thank you.
Prosker, as you turn around and head down south into the room, you can see a spectral figure standing over a desk with very long fingers migrating through pages of a book. It's eerie, kind of sickly light that this thing kind of emanates, just kind of lingers in your eyes. It's sickening. It stands on a high point, surrounded by books. This entire chamber just filled with books. This figure appears to be very old and bearded. Like I said, very long, just spindly fingers, and hood drawn up, but still kind of like a spectral shade of a creature. It looks up at you.
Broxgar Blaze Hatchet. Second in line to the throne of Blaze Hatchets. So then, what say? You come into my library seeking wisdom and knowledge, or are you just passing through?
I'm always seeking wisdom and knowledge.
What do you wish to learn about? What can I help you find here?
Well, I mean, I will start with the one called Jubal Dragon Eater. How long has he been in this pyramid, and why can't he remember things outside?
Snaps the book closed and just throws it. It spirals open, pages flutter, and the book slams on the ground near you, kind of sliding, dust billowing up from where it strikes.
That is the Book of the Pyramids. The three. You may read it if you wish.
I will thumb through the book.
If you just thumb through it, basically it's an explanation of the Pyramid of Souls, is the first portion of it. It explains that souls, when sent onto the plane of death, move through what's known as the Dargian Rift. The Pyramid of Souls' purpose is to purify the souls that are allowed, but the Pyramid's purpose has been corrupted shortly after its creation in the time of the War of Sword and Serpent. The Dragon God was the one who corrupted its purpose and caused it to be a physical location outside of the material plane, where souls would reside, regardless of whether the souls existed elsewhere. Once a soul touched the Pyramid of Souls, it was bound there, unable to be released. The other two pyramids you read about, the Pyramid of Shadows, similar in kind to the Pyramid of Souls, it acted as a beacon point in the Dargian Rift for souls to move to as they moved to the plane of death, Aerith, the plane of shadow. Its purpose was corrupted as well by the Dragon God, and it was used to bind the Dragon Matriarch's souls to it inside of the plane of shadow and inside of the material plane at the same time, so that they could avoid the eye and ire of the Elvish god, who had power during the time of the War of Sword and Serpent. Lastly, the Pyramid of Light, the third pyramid, is said to be the last known resting place of the Black Mendingu, also known as the Hierophant Stone, also known as the last shard of Onionomen, the first man, the creator of magic. It's said that its purpose was corrupted, and it was forced to enter into the sea of solid flame, where it was expected to reside for eternity, under the basically lock and key of the Dragon God. But you know that not to be true, because the Pyramid of Light has reemerged. Regarding what you read of the purpose, the master of the Pyramid of Souls is that who claims the mastery inside of its hollowed halls. Once mastery has been claimed, mastery cannot be claimed again until the master is defeated and his soul relinquished into a shard. And as it describes what shards are, it's the remnants that are left behind when someone leaves. Glass-like substances around an effigy or vestige of the person who resided here. So the presumption is that this Jubal has been here for some time, but as you're thinking about it, he also exists outside, but he's not a shard here. He's not this glass orb with a head in it. He seems to be a walking, talking, functioning person. So somehow he must have cheated even the magic of the Pyramid of Souls. That said, as you think about it, you left the Pyramid of Souls before, so you're pretty sure you might find a vestige of yourself in this place, and possibly a vestige of everyone else in your company.
Oh my.
Yeah.
The Pyramid of Shadows, its purpose has been, so far as I say, as a prison, similar to the Pyramid of Souls, which was used to bind the Demon Prince of Corruption. And the Pyramid of Shadows is said to bind the Demon Prince of Gluttony. The Pyramid of Light is said to bind the Demon Prince of Envy, Sod Derlathoth, in it, according to this book. And that's all the information it has.
Joe, you're supposed to get the names of the glass orbs.
Yeah, from the librarian.
Yeah.
He's going to be spending some time reading that book, so if somebody
sure
else
wasn't
wants
clear.
to engage in the book reading process.
I could.
Oh yeah, that totally sounds up Vrack's alley.
Frack is like, shit, another library. Goes to the kitchen and falls asleep under the table.
Basically, I'm just I'm thumbing through the book, and as these interesting tidbits are coming across, I'm gonna say them out loud just to relay them to who.
Okay.
When you mentioned the Pyramid of Light being another prison, Vlet's like, well, I guess we shouldn't have let her go her way. Hopefully she doesn't release him.
Okay. Ren, you're going to study a bit. You're looking for the names of the 3. What you start to realize is there's a section of books that seems to be old catalogs, literally just alphabetized names. And as you're kind of looking around, you don't even notice, but you then realize one of the volumes is being pulled out, and then you see a spindly finger and a ghostly librarian appear at the book, and he looks to you. What you seek is in the newest, the freshest. And he points to this glowing book over in the corner on the, if you go over around this way. It's not pinging, but if you go up to the top right corner of the room that you're in, kind of moving around the other stuff, you should see a glowing blue book up on a high podium. Yeah, kind of over that way. If you go up to that book, you'll see that there's half of the pages are emptied. There's nothing on them. The freshest of the pages lists 6 names, each with a paragraph underneath it. Seems to be upon point of entry or exit, you're not sure. But the names listed are Phi Evna, Kelder Elfna, oh my god, Leon Critodemos, oh my god, my brain, Davos, and his last name's listed there, but I don't have it. So for now, we'll just call him Davos Murphy. Dengu, the Great Pilgrim, and Pleasant.
So the second one was starts with an E. What was it?
I didn't have an E name. Hold on. Here, I'm typing them out for you. 1 second.
Siskel and Ebert.
Those 6. You've met Phi, you've met Davos, you've met Dengu. Pleasant is described as a Kenku woman from the city of Runaska. Leon Critodemos is described as an Osirian human male from the city of... it's listed 3 times, the city's name. It's first listed as Cairnth, that's Karnth, / Raven Rock, / Ursulon.
So these 6 are also wielders of Esper?
Your presumption is yes.
Vlet
Okay,
holds
so-
up Wind and Wave. At least some of them, maybe.
So we're supposed to be finding 3 glass orbs: the Kinku's head, the Elf's head, and the Blue Dragonborn's head, and they each have names. Isn't that what you said?
So the names that you're looking at, they appear to be referential to people who may very well still be alive. There seem to be kind of sub-notes and text underneath, and as you're kind of looking at them, they seem to reference more books off to the side. And as you start to kind of track back and forth and get an understanding, these sub-notes seem to be denotations of souls that came in laden with the individuals, which you start to kind of posit is that they were the Espers that were connected.
Oh.
based on what you're gathering here, the 3 orbs that he's talking about appear to be connected to Musei Kaze, the Esper for Sloth, the sin that it held sway over. Then it would have been Relinor, Keela, and Nath Rockscale. Nath Rockscale being oppression, and Relinor was something.
So they would correspond to the Kenku, the Elf, and the Dragonborn?
Correct. Yeah, so the Dragonborn it mentions would be Nath Rockscale. The Kenku that it mentions would be Musei Kaze, and the elf would be Relinor Keela.
Are you doing the same thing? Is Ren like kind of passively making comments of when he reads certain things?
Sure.
Vlet makes a comment. Oh boy, the gift that keeps on giving. I'm assuming the orbs broke when the Espers were corrupted. Yay, me and my mouth. Well,
Too late for that.
I sure like to give us a hard time, don't I?
All right, Gilbert, are you researching anything in specific in the library, or just ignoring?
I'm gonna know what this is right here. Oh wait, I'm trying to. There, that pinging at it.
I'm not seeing it.
It's like a bowl of water or something.
Yeah, it's a bowl of water.
Is it like a scrying bowl of water, or?
Could be. Doesn't look like it's. Yeah, it looks like it could be.
I'm gonna ask the librarian what that is for. What's this water for?
It's for quenching.
Quenching your thirst, huh?
No.
I
have no thirst. It's for quenching.
Do you have a... Oh, it's just for quenching. Okay. What do you quench with it, then?
Well, sometimes the pages and the inks are very hot.
Okay. Do you have any books on how to redeem one's soul?
You hear Cheshire laugh kind of come from behind you. Shadow laughs at you.
Come on,
I
Shadow.
like that question. I thought it was a good one.
He says, there are plenty of texts for different faiths that aspire to answer that question. It looks like you are a worshipper of Dim. Perhaps you could pray to him. Fortune does favor the bold.
It's better to be lucky than to be dead, though.
So says Dim.
Yes. Okay, I just wanted to ask, what about books about how to defeat or capture the demons? Like, we're trying to defeat, which one are we trying to defeat now, guys? It's the...
Corruptor?
The Corruptor, yes. How do you defeat the Corruptor?
He walks over to the shelf behind him, grabs a book, pulls it out, and throws it in much the same fashion. It slaps down the steps and lands near your feet.
Cool. I'm going to say, Shadow, could you pick that up and hold it so I can read it? Can you do that?
Gosh.
Crosses his arms and starts tapping his
Can
foot.
you, like, turn the pages for me?
His tail's just kind of wagging like an irritation behind him.
This is awesome, guys. So then I'm going to read it, yeah. I need to figure out how to defeat this sucker.
So it seems to be a treatise and very kind of short-handedly done. It looks like there's several drawings as well. Looks like there was a conflict between a group of heroes fighting against an individual known as Duran Balgard, who you would know as the Demon Prince of Corruption now, but it doesn't appear that that was the case so much so at this point. Or if it was, it's not mentioned in the book. The party that went to fight him was Jubal Dragon Eater, Smoke, also known as Ilvios, a Tiefling Servant of Death, Talos Perdix, an artificer, Galen Edthau, a commander, master, and noble, Nim, the gnome, some sort of scion or mage, mind mage.
Is that the same Nim whose head was in a globe that we found?
Someone's paying attention.
Because he was a gnome. Yeah, I paid attention. I remember that.
Let's make sure I've got that, everybody. Oh, right, and Rignor Whitebeard, dwarf rune master. So those heroes, I'll type their names out while you ask more questions.
They had a noble with them, guys, so I'm gonna guess they probably did pretty good in their battles. Just saying.
Gilbert, I thought you were trying to redeem yourself, not stoke your vanity.
Oh gosh, thanks. Thanks for reminding me about that. It's like,
Should we stop reminding you of that?
she's like Debbie Downer sometimes, but no, I hear you. You're right. I got to get better at that.
It's tough love, Gilbert.
Tough love. Tough love. Yeah. You guys have to just make sure that I don't die wielding one of these espers, because I don't want to end up in one.
Oh, hold on, make sure I have that right. Oh yeah, Nim. Sorry, there was one more besides that. Hadrian was another individual present. Let me write out his name too, but it's different than the ones that you've met before. Hadrian just appears to be a common name.
Yeah, it's a common name. Is that Leon Critidemos? That's the one that Stephen Vima was playing, wasn't it?
No.
Oh, it's a different one. All right. I thought he played somebody named Leon.
Leon Critidemos was played by you.
Yeah, but wasn't it originally Steven's character?
Shaft, John Shaft.
Oh, okay, okay. That's what it was.
So yeah, Rignor Whitebeard, Galen Edthau, Jubal Dragoneater, Talos Perdix, Smoke, Nim, and Hadrian Marklefay.
Very cool.
Apparently at the defeat of Duron Balcard, Duron's soul was bound to the Pyramid of Souls, and the heroes left and became known as the Heroes of the Oster Vale. Their early adventures are revealed in books that some of you might have read, The Heroes of the Oster Vale.
Very cool.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions about the librarian, for the librarian, or what have you?
If I finish the book that I'm reading, I will slam it shut and ask, how do we defeat the corruptor?
It looks like, according to the book that Gilbert's reading, that Duron Balcard's soul was defeated here in the Pyramid of Shadows, the only place where he is weak. And upon his defeat, someone took his place as the Demon Prince of Corruption.
Oh. Vlet's going to ask about if there's a book containing information about Agatha Steiner.
Doesn't seem to have anything in that book, but if you ask about Agatha Steiner, he says, the catalogs, it's alphabetical.
Okay, so Vlet will check the catalog, so it's a little curious.
Okay. You go and you realize that Agatha Steiner is a relatively fresh entry in the S catalog. And it looks like she was entered into this place date-wise, according to what you recall of dates, about a month or so ago.
A month or so? Huh. And does it list like a cross-reference a book with information about her?
There's no like text that kind of goes over who she is or why she was placed here. It just says that her soul, before exiting, spent a duration at the Soul Forge.
Okay. Interesting.
The librarian kind of walks over to you and says,
Why are you researching yourself anyway?
Mostly out of curiosity for who I once was.
Interesting.
See
Well,
what life I had led,
no lore
what
about you
mistakes I might have made.
before you entered this place is going to be cataloged here, unless your story partakes in the story of this pyramid. It does not yet.
Understood.
steps aside. Okay. Any other questions about the librarian?
Do you guys think we should rest before we go to fight this guy, or what? Like, what are people's resources like?
Would probably be helpful.
I think I might be at the lowest.
Well, he said he's not
I'm
going
good,
to.
man. Let's do this.
He said he's not going to help you until you go and find him his
Oh, that's
shards.
true. We've got to find them, those pieces. We're gonna have
Which
to
may
go
or may
search
not
around.
be around, but we'll see.
Yeah, just search around, I think. So that's okay, right? And then by the time we find those things for him, we'll definitely be ready for a rest, I'm thinking.
You could rest here.
The librarian says.
Well,
I think it best to forge on if we can, see if we can make some progress.
yeah, I agree. It's a good idea.
Well, real quick, librarian. I can't remember if I asked the librarian this or not, so I'm gonna re-ask it, and then if so, I look silly. Oh well. How does the flow of time work in here versus outside? Would we be losing any time in our fight we need to get to if we spend a day, 10 day here?
Time works as it does outside. It's just time is of no concern for those who reside here.
Then yes, let us be on our way and seek to find those heads.
Can we still talk to each other in our heads, or have we spent enough time that it's
I'm
that's gone?
assuming that Sam, since not present, will basically be materially casting that every time it drops out and recasting it for 10 minutes.
Because in our heads, guys, you know what we could do? I think it's best to try to look for those, the things that guy wants, but we could also team up and defeat Jubal, take over control of the pyramid, and then, use that power ourselves. But the bad thing is we may be trapped here if we do that, or at least one of us would be. So that's the bad thing about that. Right? So,
I mean, it's
My concern, Gilbert, is if he can control all things within this pyramid, I would think that that would be a hard fight. And it could potentially, then we would not have his assistance in getting to the corruptor.
Yeah, and who gave him that sword?
And two, who would you suggest be the one that would become the ruler anyway?
yeah, it's a good question. I wouldn't suggest myself, that's for sure. It would be like a curse.
That
whoever
that
dies.
brings a smile to Valette's face. She is happy to hear that.
I would not suggest myself. Because whoever does that is trapped here forever, so it would not be a good thing. So let's not think about that then, unless we absolutely have to. Let's go and find these things for him.
Librarian, do you know where the last known location of these heads were within the pyramid?
No. Shards are not visible to us denizens present. We know of them and can catalog them. We are not supposed to touch them or regard them. But the new master seems to be confused as to how it's supposed to work. I think he's been listening to his elf visitor too much.
What elf visitor is that?
Dryson Keela, of House Keela, the one who evades death.
Brassica.
I believe he goes by that name as well, yes.
Oh.
Do you think that the orbs
I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, we didn't hear you.
are the orbs?
Are the orbs?
Say it again.
You keep cutting out.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble here. Guarded?
Are the orbs guarded?
The orbs typically fall into places where they are regarded as of material importance to the denizens of the pyramid. And now that the corruptor lingers, the denizens of the pyramid have been allowed more freedom. I presume they will treat them as treasures.
You recall the tiefling head one was inside of a treasure chest surrounded by a bunch of zombies near the soul portal. And so it was kind of looked at as something of importance. And then the other ones were found, the conglomerate seemed to have taken a shining to them.
I'm going to ask Shadow if he can sense any of these orbs or anything. Do you have any ability to sense these?
Look, I understand you think that I'm really powerful because I almost butchered you on the steps the other day, or today? Whenever it was. But the point is that, no, I don't have anything to help you with, okay? Little guy, I'm sorry. Jeez.
All right. It was a simple yes or no question, but, you know, I appreciate the candor. All right. What about you, Ren? Can you smell these orbs out there somewhere?
I
All right, fine. I guess we're just gonna have to start looking.
We may need to retrace the places we've been to before. We maybe need to look places we haven't been yet.
I would say that if you're going to search about, you can try and investigate locations that seem to be more ready locations for the more common soul. The soul portal seems to siphon these shards to it. Sometimes the shards don't manifest fully and lingerings are left behind instead. Or they could be at the source. Sometimes the ones that arrive there melt into their most pure state. And I suppose if you go down further, I don't know how the forge looks any longer, now that the pyramid is all topsy-turvy. But I presume that some might be present there. Those that were lucky enough to find their way in life to a slightly reasonable path made it into the womb and way. But I do not know what it looks like down there, so I can't say for certain. And I also tell you for sure, if you find yourself in a hallway with a demon statue at the end of it, you would do well to run as fast as you can in the opposite direction. Or, well, die.
Thank you. That information will come in handy.
Good luck.
Ha! Luck. Luck is on our side. We're Kurgosler's heroes.
You see him write something down.
No, don't. We're not that name.
We're so Kurgosler's heroes, guys. I'm sorry.
In your
Oh,
delusions,
no.
we are.
It was just
You guys should have made up other names to counter that name, but you haven't, and now I've told everybody.
it was just recorded in the library of the Pyramid of Souls.
Yeah,
so
that's us now. I can't help it. That's the vain part of me that just happens naturally.
okay, so from this point you can go back through the workshop and back into the main chamber, and then there are two staircases that you can go either down the stairwell or back up into the main chamber that you were in before. You can attempt to continue to peruse this level and see where you might be able to go to from here. Or you can try and take a rest.
Let's keep moving on, guys. Who's leading?
So yeah, again,
Colette.
the options I gave you. Let's focus on those again. So you can try and peruse
Yeah.
this level some more, see if there's anything else of interest here, or to the stairwells.
I'm thinking stairwells, guys. What do you think?
Well, there's one to the north and to the east.
There's one the way I went further into the library. The back of it.
Which direction did you go?
So it's to the right of Gilbert.
Okay. Oh yeah, I see your Esper.
So there's one back here, and a shiny blue buck.
As you pass by Jubal, Ren, the first time he doesn't seem to notice or care or concern himself with you as you're passing him by. But as you head back down the steps, he goes, "What are you looking for?"
Don't worry about
Yes, me. What
Yeah.
I'm looking for the.
There's nothing back that way.
What?
You were cutting out a bunch. I don't know what's wrong with your audio today.
I don't know. Something's wrong with my audio today.
He asks you, he says that there's nothing back there of concern. Alright. So, okay, just to make it easier on you guys, just giving you the options. You can try and look around the rooms beyond, or back to the steps.
Let's just go back to the steps, guys. Either pick up or down. Do we know which direction the soul portal is, or the forge?
Up.
Let's go up then, maybe. Let's go to soul portal first, since there might be one there. What do you think, guys? Somebody disappeared here, like Valette. Where'd you go?
Back to the stairs.
Which stairs, though? There's stairs all over the place.
The main chamber room.
So,
Oh, okay.
So
you're wanting to go up the steps back to the soul portal location, correct?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. I'm starting to lag now too. Good times. We're having a fun time tonight.
Welcome to my life.
Oh yeah, for sure. No. I need to do one thing to get me there. Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah, welcome to my life.
Now you're happy.
No.
Yeah, it hurts less.
Yeah. The lag seems to be fine. I mean, I'm not going slow. You guys are going too fast.
Story of my life.
Slow down. And I'm like, fuck you! And I kick him in the head with my energy legs. Nobody. Okay. Alright. I'm 100 years old.
Nope.
It's fine.
Reference over my head.
Energy legs? I don't know what that's from.
I'm 100 years old. It's okay.
Is that the Bionic Woman?
No, it's not that. No.
Wow.
Or the Bionic Man?
Alright. So you head back to the soul portal. The doors are open just as you recall them being when you last came here. I believe I put Gilbert in a wall.
Is that where I am? Okay. It's weird.
But as you enter into the place, you also notice that the sounds and migrations and slow urgings of the zombies that were once in there seem to have kind of been muted. It does definitely still sound like there is something beyond, but it doesn't sound like they're moaning and groaning like they were before.
Oh, do you remember this, guys? This was the place where you had to stand on certain things to get them open.
The doors are already opened, like I said.
Alright, well, where's Valette? She should probably go in first.
As you kind of move towards the door, Ren, and look in, you see standing on top of the soul portal is this creature with an insectoid kind of like carapace, massive talons. It seems to be standing up about 25-30 feet tall, has about like a 15-foot, 20-foot wide girth. And you can see as it's kind of like sitting there in its position, just being an insect and gross, it slams one of its talons down into the pit, pulls out one of the zombies by its head with its pins are stuck into its head, and just kind of stares at it for a while, and then drops it, the head kind of broken open like a melon, back into the crowd, and kind of like slowly tumbles about inside.
Oh, is that the thing that we're?
Is that the thing that we're what?
Weren't we told if we see something, then turn around and run the other way?
A wall.
A statue of a
with
demon at the end of the hallway.
Statue, yeah.
Yeah, this is the actual demon.
Let's kill it.
I say we go up to it and demand it give us the orb with the head in it, and then see what it does.
Gilbert, I will let you lead those negotiations after you.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
yeah. Give the evil guy with the vein complex fucking lead on this demon talk.
Talk to the demon or devil.
This is gonna work.
That was more a joke of, if you really want to talk to that thing, be my guest. You'll probably be made to have brain soup.
Well, it's gonna probably attack us, but you never know. We could get lucky, and we just might have the situation where it says, "Fine, take this and leave." I doubt that's gonna happen. Otherwise, let's just go in there and kill it. I don't care.
Do we want to
You
try
know
and
where
fight
my
this?
vote is.
I know what your vote is for sure. You want to go in there and kill it.
Fucking do it. Let's go.
Well,
Sam
Go in
says.
there.
Leroy Jenkins!
I'm gonna
Rack
go in
charges
there,
in.
Alright.
and then I'm going to give my sword to Shadow, so that's already done. So he has it. I was like, "You got my back, man."
Okay. As you kind of move towards the bridge, you watch as it just turns into ash and dust as you step towards it. Like the wood just dissolves out from underneath. Well, you don't fall in. You don't step out onto it.
No.
Yeah.
I was like, "I need my my knight to come out here. Come on, Villa. I need your stalwart look."
Are you saying you can't make the distance and you need me to toss you?
No.
Why would he pick you for that?
I want you to stand next to me, because you give me courage to say stuff like what I'm gonna have to say to this demon. All right, fine, demon, or devil, whatever you are, fiend.
Valette, sword and shield ready, just in case.
Can it hear me?
It doesn't seem to be noticing you as you're talking to it. It just kind of is looking around in the zombie pool and kind of just drops its claw back into it.
I'm gonna yell very, very loudly, "Fiend, surrender your treasure, and we will leave you alone. Otherwise, you will feel the wrath of Kilgosler's heroes." All right, what does it say? Anything?
It kind of turns, and you see that they're like weird, like tendrils where like mandibles might be, and like these small feelers kind of snapping in towards it. And you notice that in the maw of it, inside of all the tentacles, like a squid mouth, is this orb sitting inside of its mouth, probably about bowling ball size, kind of lodged in its mouth. Its central, really its only eye that you can see, glows kind of like a bright fluorescent orange, and it kind of stares at you. The body that it's still holding up on its top just drops it off of its claw. Is the noise it starts to kind of make over the whole of the chasm area. And as it does so,
not good.
We'll go ahead and roll initiative.
All right, guys, we gotta fight if that's what you wanted. I know it's what Brack wanted. All right, what are we gonna do here?
There we go. That's more like.
Ooh, 29.2. Holy shit. Got an 8 this time. I'm going cleric speed.
We're right behind you there.
Joe's
Buddy.
going 9. Oh no. You rolled a 1. Oh boy.
He still beat you, bud.
He did, but that's not saying much.
Valette would request that everyone try to stay within 30 feet of her at least at the start of the battle.
Sure.
All right. Ren, you're first.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what to do.
Do you see it even?
I see it vaguely in the distance. Yeah, it's not. I'm going to shoot my short bow at.
Okay. Don't bother. We're rolling any dice.
Don't bother.
Yeah.
Okay, so 25 does not hit.
Doesn't matter.
Is it a magic bow?
That might be more the issue.
Yeah.
It might just
Maybe
be
not
immune
magical.
to
You hear-
non-magical damage.
Whoosh, whistling sound. And as you're actually, it would actually trigger this. You fire the arrow off, and basically you watch as the zombies kind of move like a wave up and kind of create like a border wall of flesh meat, and the arrow sticks into it instead. So it doesn't
That's
even
really
pass the
gross.
chasm.
Sweet.
Okay.
Okay, so there's that. I'm going to bonus action hide.
Okay. Brack.
I don't think I can get across this chasm. That's fucking 30 feet.
Yeah, well, I'll allow you, if you get a running start, to make a athletics check to see if you can jump across. If you miss the TN, or sorry, DC, but I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. If you miss the difficulty class number that I've set for the result of that, you may fall in with the zombies.
Chomp chomp.
What's the normal jump distance for a +5 character?
It's
Does
your
someone
strength.
know offhand?
It's your strength score, so 20 feet.
So 20. 10 extra feet. Oh, it sounds like a lot. I don't know.
Can you do a triple jump? Which
This
is like
doesn't
you hit
sound like
one
the
foot
Zach
on
I
the
know.
head?
I know. I'm trying to decide if I want to try and jump it or if I want to like see if you'll let me do an athletics roll to like bobble across their heads. You know what I mean?
It'd be an acrobatics
Like
check
run
to do
across the
that.
fucking zombies.
It'd be acrobatics to do that.
Crowd surfing.
If you want to try an acrobatics check, I'll allow that.
Yeah, I think I have a better shot of that.
Okay.
Like parkour off of the.
Yeah, but gonna fucking like ninja run across their heads.
Go ahead and make your acrobatics check. Okay.
Who wants to throw some inspiration this way?
I'm gonna give him inspiration.
Thanks, buddy.
So you hit foot first and kind of like almost feel like you're gonna fall off as the arrow kind of sails past you, kind of simultaneously almost. The wave kind of moves up, and the one that's kind of grabbing onto you at this point kind of shifts to the side because of the wrenching of the arrow shot. You manage to get your next foot over, and as the wave kind of rescinds and kind of stops for a second, it kind of bobbles you out a bit further in your next step so that you land prone on the opposite side.
I'll fucking take it. Gonna bonus action dash to stand up though.
Okay.
And can I move up these platforms?
Yeah.
What's the?
Yeah. They're
Okay.
Just 5 foot steps, or they're just
Rack,
steps.
don't go too far.
You move it
All
up.
right. All right. It yells that he's right. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna move one step up, so I'm not right on the edge by the zombies. But
Okay.
and bonus action rage.
You didn't dash. Okay, got it.
That was my action. Was dashing.
Okay.
We need to do dual techniques with Brock so he can fire across the gap.
All right. So Valette,
Yeah.
it's your up. You just watched Brack narrowly make his way across.
Yeah. Well, now that Vrak's out of range, Valette will, instead of a third level, Valette will do this, this. I'll cast Bless at second level,
Okay.
so I can target 4 creatures, and I will target Gilbert, Brox, Ren, and Valette.
Okay.
So we get 1d4s on attack rolls and saving throws.
All right.
Sweet.
As you kind of land, kind of get up and kind of move into position there. Oh, wait a minute. So no, yeah, you, real quick, and I hate to be that guy, Zach, but you would have had to bonus action dash. How are you bonus action dashing?
I'm not. I'm doing my action as dash.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That was my action for the turn. I didn't attack. I didn't
my-
dodge. That's my action is to dodge.
Got it.
To dash.
Okay.
And my bonus action was to rage.
Gotcha. Okay, so as you kind of like hit the ground and kind of get up and kind of move in and kind of you watch this creature kind of drop its claws down into the stone, and its whole body starts just kind of moving like a bunch of insects are the whole form, and it moves towards you in kind of this just sickening kind of way. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Don't you? 11.
Oh shit!
As it starts to move towards you, you just see like this thing kind of just pulsing, and it is the most foul thing you've ever seen. The other thing you notice about it is oozing from its like carapace, like the parts of its armor that are kind of open a bit. You can see what look to be like spectral fingers and like faces kind of pushing through of people's souls, trying to exit out of this thing, this horror. You are paralyzed until the end of your next turn.
Perfect.
That thing's
But didn't hit me.
It's that's just it moving towards you.
Okay.
And, and using that, and then it attacks. Let's see.
Let's do this, baby.
It uses maddening presence and then attacks. Okay. Let's see. Wow, 17 misses, right?
Yeah.
That's with advantage too. That's pathetic. Double sixes, man. 25. That'll work. And second claw. 28. So damage-wise, you're going to be taking. You're raging technically.
Yep.
So the first damage is 23, so half will be 11. The second damage is 24, so half will be 12. And it missed with the bite.
Wait, that was 12 and what?
So it'll be 11 and 12 total, or so 23 total. That's after resistances. Alright. Alright. So this is happening in kind of pitch black, so those of you with dim vision are kind of seeing this thing kind of exit and emerge into the light of your senses. And it looks maddeningly horrific. And it does seem to have an orb kind of locked in its tentacle mouth. Brock's here.
Does the extra attack feature for fighter work on ranged attack?
Yeah, if you can make the attack, if there's nothing inhibiting you from doing so. So if you're using a crossbow, and you don't have a feat that ignores the loading property, you can't use a crossbow multiple times.
I use my pistol, which is odd. I get 3 attacks. It's got 4 shots.
Is it magical?
Oh yeah, it's not.
Okay.
Ooh, you could turn into Cranebeak, and then we have
Well,
a
no.
thing.
No.
Yeah, he
It's 2 actions. I'd have to turn it into Cranebeak and then
Somebody
attach
would.
that. Wait, no.
Well-
That was how did you?
no. The dream shard is the only thing that has to be attached, and you said you attached it to your crossbow.
Ah.
Yeah, so you
Right, and it's still attached.
yeah you can use your crossbow, but
Okay.
you can only shoot
Gotcha.
it once because it has the loading property. Okay.
Okay.
And damage will be increased to +2, I think the dream shard is at right now. So that'll actually be a total of 10 piercing damage. Okay. I've already used... No, I just reset my turn. So, perfect. You fire the shot off, and it looks like it's going to hit true, and then like a bunch of zombies kind of... and kind of block the bolt, and it kind of sinks the bolt in with the massive bodies.
Meta do pray. No, I'm just
Oh yeah, no, I know. You guys have a bunch of range attacks. I had to have some block against that nonsense. Okay. Goes to Mr. Kurgosler.
I have 0 magical range attack.
All right, you're gonna have to get over there then.
yeah,
I look,
range doesn't work.
I look at Valette in the eye and I say, Valette, Frack is over there. He's gonna get slaughtered. We have to go over there now. And I'm gonna reach out to her shoulder and say, "Are you coming with me?"
You mean her hip? I mean, come on, you're
Does that way fit her? Whatever.
you're 3
I
feet
reach
tall.
over and touch her shoulder and say,
Yeah, you're not touching her shoulder, bud.
You're too
Height
small.
difference.
"Oh yeah, I mean I got a long arm."
No, you're touching her hip. You're touching her hip.
Like a fucking gorilla? Who are you?
Climbs up Valette. I got your shoulder now. So
I'm. Go ahead.
you're gonna cast Dimension Door, is that right?
I'm going to if he says. I want to make sure he wants to go.
Well-
She wants to.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about trying to do like some kind of Esper thing. Yeah. All right.
No,
I'll go.
You ready to go? Of course you're ready to go. You'd be crazy if you
Okay.
weren't. All right, so
You could only-
dimension door over there. I want to place Valette like right here.
You have to be adjacent to her wherever you place her.
Wait a minute, that was not where. Oh yeah, but I want her to be right here.
So
I want
move
me to be
yeah,
right here.
move to your position and then she'll put herself adjacent to you.
Yeah, put yourself right there, and then we're gonna bring our
Okay,
Esperages with us. Boop.
that's cool.
And Shadow already had my
Oh,
blade.
yeah, I forgot about her.
And then I guess I did an action. I could do a bonus too, I suppose. What sort of bonus action could I do?
You dash, you can move 60 feet. Zach.
That's all I'm gonna do. I'm fine with that. All right. Now we're over here. We got to kick some butt, Valette. That's the name of the game.
Okay. Sam will step out from behind the statue and shoot a firebolt at it. I don't know if he hits. He misses. Alright. But the wave of zombies does not block it. Ren.
I want to try to use my grappler to get across to the other side. I haven't used this thing in a long
Alright. Brush the dust off of it, move to the edge, which will be your movement, and then zip the grappler line, like at the step beneath Brack's feet. Kind of zoom across with a jump. Basically jumping up and
And
pulling
then-
yourself down.
How far? Okay, so
You'll be right
can
behind
I
Brack.
get across to the? I'll be right behind Vrac, and then I will take the
You already
dodge
moved.
action.
Okay. And then it was a bonus action to fire the cable.
So-
So yeah, dodge. Cool.
I could take my action to dodge.
Yep, perfect. Brack,
Paralyzed.
correct. Let me double check something.
Just to be sure. Matt wanted to stay back in with the Curie.
Oh, he didn't want to
So
come at all.
actually-
Oh, okay.
I was just, hey, I want him here, but I remember him saying,
Okay.
John, can I just stay?
Okay.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, he did say that. You are correct. I'll pull him.
I'll make him cast spells at the zombies first.
No, it's alright. That is what he said. I can close this out and I don't have to worry about him. Cool. Perfect. Alright, so then,
I regret my word.
it's fine. I'm fine with it. Brack, paralyzed. I was reading more words that I need to read. End of next turn. So at the end of your turn, you're no longer paralyzed.
Not this turn, next turn?
At the end of this turn that you're in, yeah.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Alright, so it'll go to Valette.
Time to snicker snap.
Do it.
I have to open. Okay, cool. Judge and 1.
Hit.
Judgment 2.
Hit.
19 and 27.
You cut into its flesh, this nasty kind of green liquids shooting out it.
Nice. And I will try 1 smite, not 2. Just
Wait.
first level.
Did 19 hit? Because he has bless too.
Oh.
Yeah, they both hit.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh gosh, I think I have to go to spell page for spells. Smite. Is this undead?
I don't know.
Oh, who cares? Okay, and so it's 14, 10, and then 7 radiant damage.
7 radiant.
Yeah.
As the pulse of radiant damage hits into it, you watch as the carapace kind of burns away, and the souls inside start to kind of turn from a green color to kind of a greenish color, from the green color rather to kind of a goldish color, and they kind of just disappear in that position. So the sword cuts in, kind of bites away a bit, and then you watch as the radiant pulse kind of turns the carapace to ash and turns the souls golden. They disappear. It kind of lets out a very distinct kind of screech from that strike. All right.
And I have marked it.
Okay.
How did everybody's espers get over there? They just like spirit mode over?
So for description purposes, Shadow kind of moved across very similarly to how Vrak did. Sayer jumped, and then Angel Wings burst off her back, and she kind of like double jumped to this other side.
So cool.
Hawk probably just dropped into the zombies and then just jumped out of the other side. Not terribly concerned about undeath. And Biako is also very agile, so he probably hopped across as well. Very Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon style.
He did the thing where he jumps in midair, jumps off like a spectral sword, and then jumps off that further to get the distance.
Just like, and then runs up the wall. But yeah, their movement isn't really inhibited the same way that a normal physical body would be. Anyways, back to me destroying you with this creature. Valette, make a wisdom saving throw.
Yay!
You got bless.
And plus 1d4. I'm hoping for a 4. I got a 17.
That'll be just enough.
Woohoo!
Ooh, nice.
Alright, so it kind of focuses in on you, and as it does, it kind of twists, and you can see shapes kind of forming all throughout its body. One of those weird ghostal faces that comes out of it appears to be Agatha Steiner's face, and it kind of snaps back in. And then seeing that it's not kind of twisting your vision with that, it just goes full bore on you with its attacks.
Oh, yay.
Hey, you wanted this.
Is it attacking him?
Oh, yeah.
I want to use for one reaction to like oppose disadvantage on at least one of its attacks. First one.
Okay.
Can you specifically make it the bite?
Using the shield, Balin's shield, right?
Yeah. Yeah, can I specifically make it a certain one? Like when it bites him, can I do it then?
Well, a claw bites, so yeah, you said the first one the first time, and then you're saying the bite instead?
Alright.
Which one do you want?
Well, I'd rather do the bite if I could, because it'd be like a
Okay.
worse bite. So then I'll make it disadvantage.
That's fine. So, bear with me here.
I'm just assuming the bite might carry additional bad things with it.
Oh, sure.
Ladies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, it will hit a 17 with the bite.
Alright, so I have a 23.
Okay. It hits a 25 with its first claw,
That hits.
and it crits with its second claw.
Dang it.
Okay. So, you'll take 15 from the first claw.
Alright, and real quick, 15 and a half, so it's under 10. So
Wait.
I don't even need to roll bless for that. Concentration saving throw for bless.
Oh, sure. And then you'll take
Wow.
62 points from the crit claw.
Holy
Wow.
Alright, 1 second. 113 minus 15, and then you said 62?
Yeah.
Holy crap, I'm at 36.
31
And
concentration.
alright, if I get a crit, I think I can do it.
Yeah, that'll be a success.
Even with a 4, I can't hit it, so
No.
bless drops.
Alright.
Oh, hold up, that was the wrong thing.
No,
It doesn't matter.
not blessed. You
The roll itself
Were you the
The
one?
roll itself wouldn't have been high enough.
Were you the one that blessed?
It wouldn't have been wisdom. It would have been con save.
But were you the one that blessed? I thought.
Yeah, I
Okay.
blessed. I blessed the 4 of us.
Gotcha. Yeah, so it's gone.
So
Okay,
Right.
and it's done with its turn. It'll go to Broxgar.
I'll have my Esper move, and as an action, I'll hand him the blaze hatchet.
Okay.
Wait, no, it's the thing right now.
So when you hand it over to him, it changes back to the blaze hatchet.
Cool. All right, then that's my action because move.
You basically like hold the crossbow out to the side, and he just kind of grabs the shard off of it, and as he does so, it becomes the axe.
All right. Good. That saves me an action. It's
Yeah.
getting kind of
Oh,
encumbrant.
yeah, it's a very action economy thing, yeah, to be sure. Lord Kurgosler.
All right. Dang, this is getting ugly. I think what I'm going to do is have Shadow move around like sneaky behind him. I know it doesn't really matter. This is more like for flavor, and then have him like attack him from behind. Now, how do I use an attack from Shadow? Like, is there
So
anything I can
if you
click
click
or
on
just roll a d20?
if you click on his character sheet
All right.
and open his character
Click
sheet, the only thing
over-
you should see is an attack for him.
Yeah, it says attack, but then I click on it, nothing happens. Or what do you? His character sheet. It says use character man.
Oh, weird. Hold on. No. Just roll a d20 for now.
Well, I could just roll a d20. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not that hard, and then I could just roll the other dice too. But maybe we could fix that for some
Yeah,
other time.
He's the only one that
All right.
didn't apparently get the
D20.
Treatment.
Roll a d20. It's like what? Plus 12.
plus 13.
That's a pretty crappy one right there. Plus 13. Does the 18 hit him?
Yeah. So 46. Add 9.
All right, so hold on. 4d6ers. Sorry, guys. And plus 9, you said?
Yep.
I'm gonna add all that. Now, does it get any special like radiant damage that I have? Because if I attack somebody, I do radiant damage.
You're not attacking it.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. Sweet, look at that damage, guys. 27.
Not bad.
Good job, Shadow.
Oh, wait a second.
Wow.
For whatever reason, improved divine smite wasn't getting added to my 2 attacks earlier.
Oh, right. So you should get extra damage.
We don't retcon.
Just-
Moving forward.
No retcon, dude.
Well,
All right,
I don't know why it's not added to the thing.
Know your rules.
so I could do a bonus action too, though.
What would that be?
Here's a stupid question for you. If I have Shadow attack for me and he uses my attack action, could I do a bonus action spell then?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. I am going to cast Thundering Armor on Valette.
Okay.
I'm being very nice here to my allies.
Oh, sorry. I apologize. I forgot to mention something very important. That's super important. It's not backtracking. It's just it's a must-happen kind of deal. When the creature hit Valette with that crit in the claw, basically like impaled like into his shoulder. Think Starship Trooper style, just into Valette, and you started kind of like bleeding from that wound. You see that Hawk crouches down low, and you can see that he looks like he's taken a wound in his spectral form in the same position.
Oh, okay.
Is that
The Esper.
when I took the damage first?
The crit.
Bear took damage.
The crit did
Oh,
the
just
thing.
crit. Okay. Just checking.
Yep. Okay. Anyways, Lord Kurgosler, you cast Thundering Armor on Valette. Alright. Ren.
Does the bless work on attack rolls as well?
There is no bless.
Oh,
You get
what
plus 2
what is the
AC,
bu-
The bless is gone. I ripped it out of
I
the
get- I get +2.
No.
You don't get-
Valette gets +2 AC.
Valette gets +2. Okay, so we're just going to move in and attack it
Okay. 16 misses.
16 to hit.
Misses.
Right, that misses. Okay. Yeah, not good. I'm going to not much I can do.
Okay.
We will. Oh, I can't. Yeah, I'm just gonna move.
Okay. Mobile. Sure. Vrak. Zach.
Let's try something new here. I'm gonna transfer Osofune to Sayer
Bonus
and
action.
use the empower action to let her empower the blade with her shit.
Okay. And you will have noted too during your paralyzed turn, since you weren't engaging, rage descended, right?
Oh no, I think because I took damage.
Um.
I don't remember. I
But
need to
then
read
your
it
turn
again.
happened and you couldn't attack,
No, yeah,
and
because
so it's been a whole round.
it skipped attacking
And you-
you during that
I
turn.
need to. What does it say?
I'm checking. Barbarian Rage.
You haven't since your last turn or taken damage since. It does because I had my damage delayed pool, so I did take damage last turn.
Nerd. Alright.
Fuck you, that's what you get for making a great character, bitch. Your goddamn class, you.
It's a pretty cool class. By Hedges and Highways today on the Dungeon Masters Guild.
It's great. It's great. That's what keeps my rage going, even if I didn't attack or
So,
get hit. It
Does that
take
work
damage.
where, like, did you delay only some of the damage from then your first turn when
I
you got hit?
I took as much as I could, which was 17 out of the 23.
Okay.
So I only took 6 on the actual hit, and then at the end of my last turn, I would have taken the, which would have kept the rage going.
Wow, that's pretty neat.
If I'm reading rage right, if John is agreeing with me as DM.
Yeah, no, you can't. You won't have the delayed damage pool damage second time. So, yeah.
Right, so it's gone from my damage pool. My damage pool is back to 0. But if he hits me a second time now,
But
I can fill it back up.
since
you
you bonus action transferred and then action in essence,
I can't do anything.
your rage
That's
will
my
end
turn.
this time.
Right. Yep. Okay.
So then it'll go to Valette.
Yay. Alright, now that I've properly configured judgment to do what it needs to do, we're gonna do, that special strike thing. I make one big strike instead of, so it uses a charge.
Okay.
And... Oh man, does someone have inspiration for that crit?
I just gave mine up.
Nah, I don't have it.
Darn it, I thought someone else did.
Okay.
Oh well.
So 13 slashing and 4 radiant.
Alright, and also I will spend a Divine Smite. Spells. Where's Smite? Right here. We're doing level 3. Submit. Wow. Wait. Oh, 23.
Yeah,
23 radiant.
Nice.
Additional 23 radiant.
It starts freaking out. Every single piece of its body starts flailing about this massive cut wound, and you can see like the chitin from its body kind of breaking off, hitting the ground, and kind of just becoming like ash stained on the ground from that attack.
Nice. Okay. Oh, and it says you make a single melee attack. If you hit, you deal 3 times the normal weapon damage.
Yeah, so you've already dealt 1 time the normal weapon damage, so just give me 2 more rolls of damage.
Okay.
It doesn't do
I
the
can do
radiant
that.
damage additional, just the weapon.
Right. I can do that just... Oh, I can't hit judgment? Alright, I'm just gonna hit judgment on the character sheet. Shaboom.
So
Shaboom.
10 more and 15 more. So 25.
15.
Okay, solid hit. It's definitely bloodied. All right, anything else?
Hit dice and short words. Yada yada.
Okay, so the turn after it
Yeah.
is reduced
Yeah,
to...
I'm done. Yeah.
Yeah. The turn after it's reduced to half its hit points, they can use the following. Pyramid Well. I would need everybody in the room, everybody in this entire location, so that includes Broxgar, to go ahead and make a strength saving throw.
What kind of saving throw?
Strength.
Strength. Real quick, John, for the purpose of Paladin's Judgment, I am not an allied creature, correct?
Oh my god. I'm gonna re-roll
No, you're
that
not.
with a luck roll.
Okay.
I can't?
No, it's more for my ability. So, is anyone here injured?
Vrac.
Vrac, you can spend a hit die. As if you took a short rest.
Oh, word.
Can I re-roll
One
the
hit
luck,
dice.
or no?
Well, yeah, just...
Yeah, you can re-roll it if you...
I'm going to then, because that's a crappy roll.
Okay.
I rolled a 1. Okay, that's a much better. 16 plus whatever Valette gives me.
You get a plus
Plus what?
+4.
Okay.
Sweet, I'm up to 20.
So, it looks like Ren and Valette are the only ones that fail.
Yeah.
Okay. As you're fighting this thing, it is screaming out in pain and kind of hunches down, and then you watch as it kind of just starts dripping upwards, like wax melting, and you realize that you're doing the same thing, but you're not drippy. Everything starts to flip upside down. All of the zombie bodies start to fall towards the ceiling as you realize gravity has been reversed, and gravity now appears to be in the real nature of how the pyramid's shaped. Broxgar, you very quickly grab a hold of the door and kind of like lean against it as you kind of tilt upside down a bit, and then catch into the frame of the room that you're in there. And then Vrac, you just reach down and kind of grab a hold of it, kind of looking down but now up, as you kind of hold onto the step that you're near. Valette, you fall towards the ceiling. Ren, you fall towards the ceiling. Gilbert, the blessings of Dim are upon you as you manage to catch a hold of the step and kind of position yourself, on that corner there. Those of you that fell, you're taking 12 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall to the ceiling. And then once it hits the top, it's going to perform its attacks. Valette. Actually, no. Scratch that.
You do have +2 AC, Valette, so maybe it'll miss you.
Scratch that. Gilbert.
Prone?
Go ahead and make
Yes.
a wisdom saving throw. And you're basically watching this thing kind of like hit the ceiling and then kind of puddle back out, its eye kind of looking down at you, and like the arms kind of snapping out. It's just sickeningly gross. Success. It does not phase you in any way.
Something like that.
Then it will like leash out and bite into Valette and smack into Ren with claws as you're up in the air.
Bye, guys. It was good knowing you.
No, it's gonna miss you. You have like 24 or 5 AC, don't you?
25, yeah.
Yeah.
But John
25
always
AC.
seems to roll well in these moments.
If it does hit you,
27.
you'll get thundering armor. It gets
Alright.
thundering armor if you use a reaction,
21
Yeah, I'll
versus
use
Ren. And
and you may make him bust it backwards. I think if it fails.
29 versus Ren.
Are we prone?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I probably wouldn't have the
Uh,
disadvantage from being next to. Oh, Ren. Wait, is Ren even next to me? He's not next to me.
You aren't next to each other. You're
Yeah.
position-wise where you're at, but it's attacking with 15-foot reach.
Wow.
Oh,
So-
guess what?
How-
It has to make a strength saving throw because it hit Valette,
Mm-hmm.
and it has to use my DC, which is now at 19.
Yep.
Which it's crazy.
No, yeah, I already rolled it. I got a 28.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
it's
that's
probably
why I
super
just kind of
strong.
moved past it. I know how the spell works. I
Alright.
made it up.
All right.
But yeah.
I'm cool, man. I didn't think it would save.
So Valette, you're taking 23 piercing damage.
Wow. Guess what, John?
Ren, so you can determine whether you're using Uncanny Dodge after the attack is declared, but I'm not going to read both of them to you off to you. So you need to tell me if you're taking the damage from the first one after I tell you, or you're going to use it on the second one for Uncanny Dodge. First amount of damage is 30.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and then the second amount of damage is 20. So you'll take a total of 30. And then, at the end of its turn, gravity resets to the way it was before. It remains connected to the ceiling. You two fall. You can make an acrobatics check if you're trained in it to resist the falling damage. If you're not trained in it, you're taking 9 points of damage. And
Damn it, John. You know what you had done to me?
acrobatics check is successful, Ren. You hit the ground near the table and kind of roll to the side next to...
I know what he did. He chatted.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Not anymore, though. I'm unconscious.
And Villette falls and hits the ground. I mean, you take 3 less because of heavy armor master. Do you still have that?
Oh, yeah. No, the aura thing.
Yeah.
So, I totally forgot about
You
that
would have
last
been taking
time.
3 less from the first bludgeoning and 3 less from the second bludgeoning. So you would have been taking 6 less. So you still would have taken at least 1 hit point from the fall at the 9 point. So yeah, you're done. You're still unconscious.
7. I'm at... How much was the fall?
Who has all those?
9.
Oh, I was then at 10 health.
No.
Because there's 3 times I got hit.
Because you forgot
Bite.
for all of those, and I'm discounting just the falling because I'm being nice, generous.
Okay.
I reminded you. I'm not going back pedaling all that way, silly goose. Broxgar.
Who has all the potions?
Broxgar.
Dude.
Cutting in and out. What you doing, Joe?
We need the potions of healing.
You're a perfectly good cleric.
Yeah, I'm over here still. But it's not my turn. It's Brock.
Joe, he's got plans. What's he doing?
I'll have Broxgar, or not Broxgar, but Calgar.
Move. Okay.
His max speed is what the same as mine.
Yeah. No, 30, sorry. 30 or yours. Whichever is higher.
He was on the edge.
Yeah, so you would have made it right across. You can still take your action if you want.
I'll throw a potion of greater healing at Gilbert and say, hey, catch.
Make an attack roll.
I don't have like a generic attacks.
Just roll a dex.
Ooh, nice. He hit me in the head.
19 plus 5.
Wall of zombies whirls up, grabs the potion out of the air.
You know, I actually totally forgot about that, but yeah, that's exactly what happens. It doesn't use its reaction, so yeah. So the potion goes flying, and the zombies come flying back down from the ceiling, and the healing potion gets buried underneath all of them. Meta Dufresne at his finest. Lord,
You're welcome.
You're the greatest. I'm almost tempted to give you inspiration for that, but
I figured.
Alright.
actually, yeah,
Okay.
that's actually more than fair. Gain inspiration.
Hey, now that Valette is like prone, I'm gonna put my hand on her shoulder and I'm gonna look around to see if anybody else sees me touching her shoulder because I'm short and everything. So then I'm going to cast heal and I'm gonna say, your time for fighting is not up. Get up and fight.
He's so
Heal
petty.
70 hit points.
So
Wow.
Boom.
petty. Oh, you use the spell heal. Nice.
Yeah, I was gonna cast harm, but I thought heal might be a better idea.
Yeah, keep her
I
alive.
would have harmed her.
Cast harm?
No, it was more important that I saved a heal for one of my buddies and harmed that creature.
Oh,
Oh, I gotcha.
I was about to ask you, did you cast harm on me?
No,
Oh, okay.
I didn't, because I can't.
Alright.
And actually, that's an action to cast a spell on her, so I could move, but there's nothing I can really move.
Yeah, and you can still take
So
a
I'll
bonus
just-
action
that's it.
if you want to
Oh, I know. I can't think of any good bonus actions. To
snap
take
your
at the
sword
moment.
back to you if you're going to do an attack next turn.
I could. No, I think I'll leave it with.
Shadow.
Oh, see, I don't. For me, if I did it myself, I'd have to add in all those extra bonuses. It'd be easier if I just did that on my sheet next time.
Sure.
So I'll let Shadow do it.
But yeah, they don't get to do
Alright,
anything. Ren.
We're gonna try this. We're gonna.
Okay,
Nice.
How about 25?
that'll work. Thanks for joining the party.
And then I have ally.
Yeah, sneak attack. Oh, espers don't count for that, by the way. Just a heads up. But yeah, the other ones do. Okay, so 29. Okay.
And then shit. I'm gonna. Does it look like it hurt?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna disengage.
Okay. Vrak.
Actually, you know what? I don't. I'm going to. Well, wait. I'm gonna attack it again. I'm gonna use the second charge. I'm gonna use one of the charges.
Oh, for
Okay.
one strike,
One strike,
cuts.
two cuts.
Yeah. Miss.
Shit, 15 probably misses. Okay, then we're gonna use our mobile and
You
disengage.
seem to be kind of distracted as you're attacking. Like, looking over at Shadow, who's kind of like waving the rapier. You're like, just distracted. Brack, bonus action, take the weapon back.
No.
Oh, because it's pulsing with radiant energy. It looks like it's hot.
Bonus action, transfer Osofune to Byakko.
Okay. Byakko takes the hold of the weapon. No,
And
sorry,
for
you can't.
my-
Sorry, you can't. Byakko doesn't have Ketsugen.
Oh, I can't?
Byakko doesn't have Ketsujin. So, Ren has to toss Ketsujin first, and then Osafune can go to Byakko.
I didn't know he had to have Ketsujin for me to.
Yeah.
I'll make that happen next.
Or you can take it from her and swing with yourself.
I have to. It only lasts for one turn.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, hint, hint.
Yeah,
So
I'll
swing,
take
swing
it back.
with your own.
Reckless.
And I'm recklessly. Can I also do a life-ending strike with it?
I'm gonna just tell you, just because it's late and I'm a nice guy, just go for it. Just go for it. Don't use too much of your
All right.
resources.
Oh man.
Okay.
25 to hit.
Yeah, definitely. So normal damage, and then give me 3d12 of radiant damage, please.
17.
You watch as Sayer kind of pumps holy energy into the weapon with her lifeblood, as you've seen her do on the field when she was alive. She then throws the sword kind of like up in the air as Brack is kind of stepping up onto the step and jumping up into the horror. Grabs a hold of it. You see angel wings kind of spring out the back of Brack. As he brings the blade down, the wings kind of snap down in the same positioning. Strikes into this horrific creature. As it does so, you hear a loud cling sound as it hits the head, and then you just watch as it continues to bury down. The glass sphere hits the ground, and just bunches of ash kind of fly out to the side, and gold souls kind of fly off into the ether and dissipate. The orb rests there in the center. It appears to have the head of a human male inside of its glassy frame. But the creature dissipates into next to nothing. Nothing more than charcoal splatters across the ground.
It has the head of what inside of it?
The head of a human male.
Huh, so it's none of the three that we were looking for, though, right?
Doesn't appear to be.
Yeah, we were looking for a Kenku, a Dragonborn, and an elf.
Elf.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, maybe we could substitute this one for one of the other ones if when we're looking. We'll see if he notices.
Okay.
Yeah.
So position-wise, after defeating that creature, the soul portal is still present, obviously. Something that Sam would definitely know a bit more about. The treasure chest on the opposite side that you left open before seems to have been closed. And the second that creature dies, all of the zombie bodies inside of the pit that fell down when we're kind of trying to ride the move to get back up, just plummet down and are now just kind of laying in heaps of corpses, no longer writhing, no longer moving, in the pit around the dais you're standing on.
Do you guys want to go check the
Okay.
treasure chest?
Well, yeah, if you want to check that real quick as an end cap,
Yeah.
that's fine. It's just a hop and a skip over, and then someone with Thieves' Tools needs to unlock it. But I'm pretty sure Ren
I
can
could do that.
pull it off. Or if you want to give it a go, give it
I
a go.
could do it.
I could try it, but
No,
also
what? No,
you
no,
could
no,
do
no,
it.
no, 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 no.
This is my
The lowest, the lowest score I can get is a 20.
Yeah. Well, that's more than enough to open it. So when you pop it open, inside there is the head of the tiefling that was in this same spot before when you opened it the last time you were here.
So it's another orb?
Yeah, orb with a tiefling's head inside of it. The one that talked.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, and since the portal might be important, this is a decent enough stopping point. If you all want to, I would say if you want to have, because you'll probably go back to Sam, right?
Yeah.
We like him.
Okay. Since you took a bit of a
Yeah,
beating.
he's the magic man anyway.
He's probably studying
Yeah.
right now, anyways, is what you assume. So what I'll go ahead and say is just presume that you spent a short rest. Good call, Zach.
Yeah.
Just assume you take a short rest, and if you want to roll some hit points and regain abilities that you've gained on a short
Oh,
rest.
that's for my level. I never actually
Oh.
leveled up my character. Sorry.
No worries. Just when you get a
I have
chance,
question for you.
shoot.
Does do our maximum hit points go back to maximum now, or do we have to like?
When you
do
take the short rest,
long rest?
yeah, you'll get your
Short
hit
rest.
points
Okay.
back.
Okay.
So next
sweet.
session, your max hit points will be at full.
All right.
Not your.
Can you provide some healing?
We can spend hit dice if we're short resting, guys. That's
Okay,
fine.
I guess I'm gonna have to spend most of it because I'm pretty hurting.
Oh
You're
yeah.
not too bad.
I'm like more than half. I'm more than half.
Yeah, bloodied. It's a pretty good fight.
Everyone, right?
Would you be able to tell me what the
Hold on, hold
the
on. Hold on.
What?
What was that, Joe?
Just everybody write 1 potion of greater healing on your sheets. I'm gonna distribute them.
Pass them out, one for each. Okay.
Wait. Did we
Keep.
find the one that was mixed in with the zombies?
Oh no! It was crushed.
Break.
Yeah, it's broken.
Okay.
So there's a total of 5. So Sam doesn't get one because he's not here.
Yeah, but
No,
everyone
Sam
else-
can have the one that I'm supposed to have.
Out of character note, he probably won't ever need it or use it. Just
I know, but in character note, be insulted that everyone.
out of character note. I don't want to write it down on his character sheet, and I don't want to remember for next week. So you keep it.
I already sent him. I'll send him a message.
Fine. All right.
It's
Yeah, I
greater
don't-
healing, right?
Potion of greater healing. Not what I typed.
I think this is a pretty good stopping point then, and I'll go ahead and stop the stream. Thanks for watching. We'll pick up next week for session 14. Adios.